must reject the global conspiracy against the Biafran people. At this moment, we use this media to demand the unconditional release of the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, Mazi Ekpa, who the Finland authority have held incommunicado for long now. They say they are investigating, and it's been months up till now. No charge has been brought against the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra. We hereby demand the immediate release, the unconditional release of our Prime Minister, Mazi Ekpa. The global conspiracy against the Biafrans is unacceptable. We will never, ever accept it. It doesn't matter how they try to paint it, the whole world is watching. And it is sad that the world is silent, watching the atrocities committed against the Biafran people. Mazi Ekpa is only asking for the freedom of his own people. He's only defending his own people, trying to save the innocent life that are being wasted away. Free Mazi Ekpa now.
Natulaje bano mabuli vemelem. Kuja. Otibe kwa natulane bovo. Timalugo no godo kokodo nyano be hule. Dani moda tulilu. Naya kalakana kwa lerinu mangulu. Ngula matali waso jere futamba kanjuba diali. Ama abulezi okwenu. Nabakala kelwego nezienwe. Nubocha kala kelwego nudezi. Makana baba neno waralu nunuteyi. Umu Biafra kunyenwe. Biafra kuyebelu Onanu kwa ni mono nuno mono nezi biakenenwe Ono nenu lila tono na nagulugu seji tono nugu banatai Kanyi wele fobi wena tabanu banyo Makana juko no 1 million no we bofu wa mabulezi okwe Naka ni kwata million Ekpa wacha sienyi ka kesu ezo pabule be wero tamanu Umo Biafra kuyenwe Kanyi welo fobi wena tabanu banye Makana fobi abakama Nala nugo noe Biafra na mekele umulina Nkabo nkani Mwadati na ijele wanyi biakene mi Akwage bulu kwekene na fandi otu Biafra is our hope And the Biafra is our religion Kodina wata chieza muno bibu onye iwere Wesi ya kene rugio Adubagwo chukwo Ikemba wano Biafra land mongwem Adawunele kala ya dike Mafondi mojiri diebu bebide biche vele mongwem Amusiku kweji mali bonine Kweji malo Biafra miya Kadumegwo chuku Papa gisi kene logi Filipu Efyong Amusiku mwake kuloku wekusi oku Sina Biafra yekunyo na ya bụ Biafra ya tụrụ ugo wee nata na bụrụ na ya bụ Biafra ekuigo n'ọkụ ọgụli nwata n'aka na na-ele ele ọgbaghị isi ekene kenelu gị onye ndu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Amadike Biafra kedu ebe ị nọ Amadike Biafra bịa
None whatsoever. I came out of accused from my case and cannot try my case. There are things that are happening in this country that a lot of you do not know. It is my duty to make that very, very clear to all of you today. Because the lies are too much. The lies are too much. I sent a petition to the Biafrans is using her position for personal gain. Her son and her husband are facing corruption charges. They told them that if they convict me, this is what happens. Nobody wants to do That's the problem. They sent her to my case. So they can
the Biafran government in they know na exile cabinet na tukuna ndana ya maunube baka no ya sulobe ya toka imalugenwe jisionike kada kada lo mondi Biafran Liberation Army umuchukwu the agents of Biafra land they kada nwe the great oracles of Biafra na no anu weke de no na ma la no jisi kelol atugo ya ba ume omo chukwu the Prime Minister H.E. Mazi Nnamdi
Yes.
Ogada gidi kebia no. Biafra Mandanye na bono mweno utela yiwelien Mandanye na bono nudonu nongwe Makana mbona boke kwena bonike Moya na no moya no No bivo ye debeli de no wama believe emeleme A good legacy will last forever ma believe emeleme And the remembrance of my bless you.
language of heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chukwu okike abịa mapụrụ m ihe niile, Chineke na onye ndị nsọ na-efe wee na-akpụ isi ala nye onye anyị na-agọzi aha nsọ ya mgbe niile, onye anyị na-aja mma wee na-eto, anyị enweghị iche ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị anaghị efe arụsị, ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onweghị onye kere ya. Ọ bụ ya mere ndị Igbo ji wee na-etu gị ebighị ebi. Ndị nsọ na-agba oche eze gị okirikiri, ha na-akpụ isi ala nye gị, ọbụladị ndị okenye oru 2 na 4 bụ ndị na-atụ mkpọ ọla edo na ana, ha niile si na-ede nsọ Chineke nna nke igwe. N'ụtụtụ a, ehihie, abalị, n'ụwa niile bụ ebe ụmụ gị gbasasịrị ka ụkpaka nna nke ebere dị ngọzi, ka anyị na-akpọkọta ha eze ebube n'ime eluigwe wee na-arịọ gị mma gị na ebere gị, amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị nọ. Anyị wee na-arịọ ka iru gị wee chaa n'ebe anyị nọ. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị eze ebube dị ngọzi ka iwe tinye ọgbaghara n'etiti ndị iro, ka ha rabụ ndị kụziri ka ha wee megide anyị, onye nwe m na Chineke nna dị nsọ, ka aka nsị ndị dị etu a wee baa ha ọnụ, ije obodo ekwensu bụ zuu wee laa ya n'iyi. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị, onye na-adịgide ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi, biko nụ ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa ọsọ ọsọ nna nke ebere na ụmụ gị atakwala n'ahụhụ. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị ka iwe na anyị ezi echiche na amamihe, mmekọrịta nwanne na nwanne, ịdị n'otu ọganiru, ịhụnanya nke pụrụ iche, onye nwe m na Chineke nna, ka iwe etinye ụmụ gị ezi mmụọ nke eziokwu ma wezuga anyị aka ajọ ihe n'ime ndụ anyị nna nke ebere dị ngọzi. Ka ọ ga-abụ na ikpeta mazị na Biafra ga-abịa, anyị ga-aja gị mma wee too gị, wee gọzie aha nsọ gị, kpụ isi ala nye gị, bulie aha nsọ gị elu site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi, ka a na-arịọ gị ise ise ise. This very morning, all of you, I believe that those who are watching know who we are and why we do what we do. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet Earth, the director of radio Biafra and Biafra television, and by the very special grace of the Most High Elohim, Chukwu Kikabia Mapurumi Henine, servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. We are live and we are direct this very morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you are. And we start this very day by making it abundantly clear that the greatest enemy of a black man is the way that we reason. If not that the way we reason is very, very abhorrent, there is no need or reason why we should be suffering and complaining every blessed day without the courage to do something about it. Biafra must be defended at all costs. At all costs. It is the land of God, given to his children for their eternal habitation. We may have failed in the past to recognize this very fact, but now that this generation has come, there is nothing anybody can do to stop us from restoring the kingdom of God upon the face of this very earth in the land of Biafra, without apologies to anybody. The Fulani approach to the zoo called Nigeria is called the devil's alternative. Fulani, they have this two-pronged approach to the issue of one Nigeria. If they collapse you through banditry, they will overrun you because they believe they have superior weaponry. Right now, and all of them are in this game together. That's number one. If you sue for peace, which idiots like Omahi are doing, if you sue for peace, they will also get what they're looking for because they will plant Ruga in every local government area. The devil's alternative, whichever option you choose, men are going to die. Men will die. It doesn't matter the option you choose. If you wait for them to do things peacefully, which they will never do, they are going to kill you anyway because they'll be Ruga. And you allow them to forcibly take over your land, you are taken over, they will take it by force. And Fulani will plant their people in your local government areas. That in the next 100 years, you'll be hearing about Olo Emirates. And then we'll be like Hausa people. Our great-grandchildren will now ask their parents, what happened? They will tell, oh no, there was somebody called Hope Uzodinma. He was playing politics. He loved Nigeria. There was one called Omahi. He loves Fulani. He used to be our brother. But then we are gone. As a race, we are finished. And I said to these fools, Fulani Caliphate is dealing with you people, but you don't know it. They are like the vulture. Nigeria is pregnant. If Nigeria dies during the pregnancy, they benefit. Nigeria gives birth to their Ruga, which they want, a new Nigeria, which they want, is also to their benefit. The only people aiding and abetting them are these quislings, the fulefus from the East, intellectuals, and sophisticated morons from the West. Negotiated restructuring. What happened? They came back and they said no. Ojukwu said, okay, so you want to continue to kill my people all over the place? No. Because of that, I'll declare Biafra. Today, they have brainwashed all of you with the perverse notion and thinking that somehow Ojukwu is responsible for causing a war, when opposite is the case. That Gowon was the aggressor, not Ojukwu. That's how Nigeria is. Always blaming the victim. And we lost over 5 million people during that very genocidal war. They killed over 5 million Biafrans. They wanted to wipe us away from the face of this very earth. But we survived it. And we are here today. Those they gave birth to, they have come. And this time with a wrath that you cannot even begin to imagine. And
What we are pursuing is a part of pressure, relentless pressure, to ensure that Biafra comes. How are we going to employ that pressure? There are only two ways to get your freedom in the history of the whole world. Freedom can be gotten only two ways. One is through the ballot box. In other words, people will contest and they will have Biafra Nationalist Party. Yes, as they have in Scotland. And then we vote for them. When they then go to the house or maybe go to Abuja, they will say, we are here under the mandate of Biafra Nationalist Party. Because of that, we want to go and conduct a referendum in order for us to be free. The other way, you fight. Either you go through the ballot box or you fight. Which option are we choosing? We have chosen to fight.
I want every one of you to remember these three words. Nigerians, we are no more. Southeasterners and Southerners, we cannot become. And Biafrans, we must be.
The Finnish authorities to release Mazi Ekpa immediately. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Ekpa, has not committed any offense. Therefore, we demand for his immediate release. Free Mazi Ekpa and free him now. No hand must stop Mazi Ekpa from exercising his duty as a free man. Free Mazi Ekpa.
For those of you who do not understand what we are doing, we are fighting for our freedom. And I believe that everyone in this life and in this world, wherever where you are, the country where you reside in, have a history. Now, I want every one of us here today and those who will listen to this particular speech to note one very important fact. Nigeria state came into being through conquest. This is a fact that nobody can change. Nigeria came into existence through conquest. And the forceful imposition of foreign rule, which denied the indigenous people in Niger area the opportunity to negotiate and choose what they wanted. That is the problem. We have lived with this foreign rule and this forceful union for decades, over 100 years. That is the problem. Now, I want everyone listening to me today to also understand that after this forceful union of Nigeria, called the amalgamation, successive regime, both before and after the shambolic independence, continue to hold the state together in a similarly forceful manner, the same pattern and the methodology that the conquest and invasion and the colonizers came in with. They thought by the forceful and the barrels of the gun, they will continue to kill people for the unity of Nigeria. That also is the problem today. So, this impression that they are creating, that the country must remain as crafted from the amalgamation by the nationalist, and that this country called Nigeria unity is non-negotiable. That is also the problem. We have lived from centuries to century, and today we are in the era of 21st century. We are now in a global village where the things of the past and the things of the old are changing to become new. And they don't want to change Nigeria with the dangerous diversity that have now emanated from different angles and the different injustices and corruption, and now Nigeria have found itself to become an Islamic state. That is the problem.
That you are supporting Nigerian government in any way, either in the Nigerian army, Nigerian police, Nigerian security, Nigerian immigration. The PM has said today, we are not against you, but if you wear the Nigerian uniform representing Nigerian government in Biafra land, you are going to pay the price, and you're going to pay the ultimate price for supporting a terrorist government that is in Biafra land. These are terrorists that kill our people, maim our people, burn our houses, burn our businesses, burn our homes in Biafra territory. If you are one of them, you have yourself to blame. If you are wearing any Nigerian uniform, Nigerian military uniform, Nigerian police uniform, Nigerian security uniform, sorry is your name. We have no prison, we have no jail. If you are caught inside Biafra land, you are gone. Only one, under his leadership, His Excellency Simon Ekpa. Anybody that is confusing anyone or telling you there is another, no, there is nothing. There's just one, recognized by His Excellency Simon Ekpa.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me on today's program, wherever you are joining from. I appreciate everyone that has connected to us today, wherever you are connected from, whether you are watching us from Facebook, or you are watching us from TikTok, or you are following us on YouTube, David Habak channel on YouTube. I welcome you. Thank you for being part of this program today. I appreciate you so much. Without you being there, it will be difficult for me to be here. But as long as you are there giving your support, either on Facebook or on TikTok, or you're watching on David Habak channel where I'm hosting the program, I appreciate you so much, and I thank you for being part of the program. You are welcome once again. And for the sake of those that are joining us for the very first time, and those that are going to come across our video for the very first time, I want to remind you that this platform where you are watching this program is a platform that is under the United States of Biafra. The United States of Biafra, under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Nnamdi, and on the supreme command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Today, under the leadership of the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orebweze, that is where we stand. In this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We don't come to this platform to preach hate. We don't come here to attack people or individuals. We don't come here for saga, propaganda, or blackmail. No. What we do in this platform is to present the truth. In this platform, we do not speak against race or religion. You are absolutely entitled to your opinion. Your orientation does not matter to us. What we care about in this platform is to speak the truth, nothing but the truth, to present the facts about humanity. We support humanity. Everyone that cares about humanity, we like this very platform, and you will enjoy your stay while you join us. What we do in this platform more especially is to present the situation of the Biafran people before the whole world. Today, Biafra, it is very difficult to find somebody who will say he or she have not heard about Biafra. But some of us that have heard about Biafra do not know how serious the situation is. And by the way, Biafra is in the old southeastern region of Nigeria. The present day southeast, Lower Kogi and Lower Benue. This area is where Biafra is. Biafra has been a country from 1967 to 1970, fought a brutal war, which is regarded as a genocidal war, in which the British, the French, the Russians, to an extent the United States joined together and they fought against a little country, Biafra, for 3 good years. At the end of the battle, it was declared no victor, no vanquish. And Biafrans were deceived into believing that they would be reintegrated into Nigeria. They accepted and gave that chance. And the Zoological Republic called Nigeria proclaim and say they are going to carry out the 3R: reintegration, rehabilitation, and the other one. But none of this R was implemented. Reintegration, reconstruction, and rehabilitation. None of them was done. No rehabilitation, no reintegration, and no reconstruction was done in Biafra land. The 3R was ignored. Biafrans by themselves rehabilitated themselves, reintegrated themselves, and reconstructed their region. Up to this moment, as we speak, you cannot find the federal government presence in Biafra land after more than 50 years. You cannot find the presence of the federal government of Nigeria in Biafra land. This genocidal war is a war that the world is not talking about. The British have managed to cage the whole world and push this very narrative and lies against the Biafrans, that people don't seem to pay attention to that genocidal war against the Biafran people. The Biafran civil war could be regarded as the second genocide after Holocaust. There has never been anything that comes close to it. This was a time where 5 million Biafrans lost their life, mostly children and women, with the elderly. And they lost their life in starvation. Not in the battlefield. Biafrans fought gallantly, but the contraption called Nigeria and its ally imposed a blockade on Biafran land to starve Biafran people to death. They imposed blockade and there was no food coming to Biafran land. They made sure that the Biafrans do not have access to food, to medication, and their necessary need, more especially food. And many died in starvation. That was when you had the story of Kwasioko. If you have not read the story of Biafran War, please make out your time to go and read, for those who are not Biafrans and those who are not Nigerians, so that you know why we are doing what we are doing. When you come online and you see many Biafrans on different platforms, you see people shouting Biafra, 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 you will know why they are doing so. It is not because they are jobless. It's not because they don't have something to do. It's not out of envy or jealousy, not out of hatred. But it is a necessity to save life. It has happened before and we don't want it to repeat itself again. Because history have a way of repeating itself if nothing is done. That is why today we have taken upon ourselves and we say we are going to make sure that history does not repeat itself. That is why our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, took up that challenge and he began to demand for the self-determination of the Biafran people. He began to call for a referendum for Biafran people. For many years, he was calling on the attention of the world and attention of the Nigerian government to conduct a referendum for the Biafrans to decide their fate, because the Biafran people have been made endangered species in a country where they are supposed to belong. The atrocities against Biafrans were so much that no normal person will see it and continue to allow that to happen. The atrocities of Nigerian government have expanded today up to other regions. As we speak, I can bet you there is no region in Nigeria that is not feeling the atrocities of Nigeria against them. Every indigenous person in Nigeria today has become an endangered species. This is a truth and nothing but the truth. It is not a propaganda and it's not a blackmail. The only thing it will cost you is to pay attention to Nigerian media informations. Pay attention to what is going on in Nigeria. If you are an investigative journalist, please fly to Biafran land and say things to yourself. Go down to Nigeria and see things. And these things are not very difficult to find. Amnesty International have given their report of the atrocities of the government of the day against the indigenous people. So every single thing we are saying here is already in the public. But for one reason or the other, the international communities have continued to support this atrocity against the indigenous people in Nigeria. They do not care about humanity. They came out and they pretend they talk about human rights and this and human rights that. It is all in papers. It is all a camouflage. If the world truly, truly care about human rights, the contraption called Nigeria should have been dissolved by now. If the world truly care about humanity, care about human rights, the contraption called Nigeria should have been dissolved by now. Because every single indigenous person in Nigeria has become an endangered species. Everybody in Nigeria today is sitting on a keg of a gunpowder, which can explode at any minute of the day. But as usual, they will never do a thing until when it is too late. They will never take action until millions of people lose their life. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been shouting, Mazi Simon Ekpa shouted, and we are still shouting today, calling for the disintegration of the contraption called Nigeria to save life. The only aim of doing that is to save life and nothing else. To save life. It is not about restructuring or whatever. It is not about resources. It is not about resources. It's not about pride or hatred. It is to save humanity. If you want to save humanity, you should join your voice and ask for the end of the contraption called Nigeria. But somehow, the West do not care because the resources that made them what they are today is coming from Nigeria and they are getting it free of charge. The West do not care as long as their interest, that wicked interest that made sure that countries remain in perpetual poverty and continue to beg from them. As long as that status quo remains, they do not care about you. That is why Nigeria is still standing today. If there are still people that have conscience, they should rise up and add their voice. End the atrocities happening in Nigeria to save life. I have never seen a country in this world where hundreds of people are losing their life on daily basis. Nobody cares. The international community doesn't care. The United States, the UK, the Germans, the French, and whatever, every single one of them continue to strengthen their bilateral relationship with that evil entity called Nigeria that impoverish and take the life of its own people. They do not care. And the most disturbing is the inclusion of the United States in this very issue today. None of them care about you as an individual. They don't care about you, more especially when you are an African. When you are an African and then a Biafran, you are doomed. They don't care about you. Only you can save yourself. The earlier you rise up and fight with the last breath you have, the better for you. Nobody can save you. If you think there's a Messiah that is going to come from somewhere, it will not happen. Why do I say this? Your suffering, your enslavement benefits them. The insecurity in Africa, in Nigeria today, benefit the West. The divisiveness, the war going on in Nigeria today, the atrocities against humanity in Nigeria benefit the West. The more destabilized the place is, the better chance they have to steal the resources that belong to the people. The more chaos they create, the more favorable it is for them to exploit the people. That is why they will never do a thing. And we cannot fold our hand and continue to wait for help that will never come. That is why we are fighting today. This is a fact that every single human being in that contraption called Nigeria, whether you are a Biafra or non-Biafra, you must understand this. I know some of you are waiting until it happens to you, because you are not directly affected yet. That is why you're not talking. And it's not that you are not yet directly affected. You are directly affected, but you fail to see it. So many people who are one Nigerians are blind. It doesn't matter how educated they claim to be. It doesn't matter how rich they claim to be. They are all blind, deaf, and dumb. Because this very amalgamation of Nigeria is keeping every single individual in Nigeria captive, making them slaves in their own land. Every indigenous person have become an endangered species. Some of you think because of the little wealth that you have stolen, that it doesn't affect you. Because of some little freedom you feel you have, some positions you feel you have, it doesn't concern you. But I bet you it is going to get to your doorstep. Just a question of time. Just a question of time. It is very, very disturbing. The way the world have connived together and continue to allow evil to go on in Nigeria. And what baffles me much is that with all the atrocities happening in Nigeria, with all the loss of life in Nigeria, with all the manipulation, right, left, and center, with all the criminality of Nigerian government and terrorism, the West do not care. They are not paying attention. The United States is only offering world, and they are not serious about it. UK is empowering it. Russia and France are lined up in the same direction. But what do we see? We saw Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore, who has woken up to strengthen his country and make it what it should be. Ibrahim Traore, who has risen up to provide independence for his people, to give Africa what it means to be independent, to teach the African leaders how to lead, and to show the world the benefit of being independent. Ibrahim Traore have come to show the world that Africans can survive on their own without borrowing a dime from anybody. Africans can survive on their own without borrowing a dime from any individual. What do you see today? What we are seeing today is campaign against that innocent man. What we are seeing is propaganda. The EU are busy holding meeting on how to bring down a man who has come to redeem his people. The United States is on the other side, threatening a man who has focused on his own country to build it. He is not asking you to protect him. He's not asking you to borrow him any money. He's not engaging you in any warfare. He's not ready to do anything with you. And you are busy pushing your own agenda and forcing to attack him. Meanwhile, you are busy supporting the governments that are evil in Africa. You are in the front line supporting them. We saw the news that the United States government, is it their ambassador or whatever, is holding a meeting with a terrorist group known worldwide in Nigeria, the Miyetti Allah. Every one of us know that the Miyetti Allah is the source of the terrorism in Nigeria. They are the one that provide the foot soldier of all the terrorists in the world that are settled in Nigeria today. There is no terrorist organization that you don't have in Nigeria. Every month they manufacture new ones. Every month a new terrorist group emerges. And in all these terrorist groups, their foot soldiers is provided by the Miyetti Allah. But today, we saw United States inviting them that they want to hear their problem, that they want to hear what they want. These are the same people who will come in the other hand and tell us that they don't negotiate with terrorists. The United States will come in the other hand and tell us they do not negotiate with terrorists. But here we see them in Nigeria today, having a handshake with terrorist group. In the other way, they are fighting a man that is standing for his country. They are speaking evil about a man that is standing for his country. We have also seen France. France today is actively sponsoring terrorists around Burkina Faso, providing them with arms and logistics to fight against a country. France are actively today providing weapons for terrorists around Burkina Faso borders, having meetings with them, interacting with them. Now you understand how they roll. The United Kingdom already has their base with their terrorists in the north of Nigeria. Now you see why terrorism is difficult to be rooted out in most African countries. Now you see why you will see a terrorist carrying a gun that worth 1.5 million. A gun that each bullet that you fire will cost up to 250,000 naira. But yet, this person that is handling this when you look at them, they don't amount up to 50,000. Everything in them, when you see them, they don't amount up to 50,000. The same people will come and tell you that it is poverty that is driving terrorism in Africa, in Nigeria, more especially. But at the same time, these people that are telling poor, go and check the kind of guns they are carrying. Most of the guns they carry is more than 1.5 million naira. More than 1.5 million, at least 1.5 million. And the bullets they use, none of those bullets is less than 100,000 per bullet. And they have chains of it and they fire it at random. Yet they come back and tell you that it is poverty that is driving this terrorism. Terrorism in Africa, in Nigeria mainly, has nothing to do with poverty. It has nothing to do with poverty. Nothing whatsoever. It is being sponsored. And today, those who are actively sponsoring it, we know them. Now you understand why they don't support Biafra. The United States of Biafra, the Biafran people in the old southeastern region, very hardworking people. They only care about their businesses. They care about human life. They value life. It is an abomination to take a life. It doesn't matter what the person commits. It is an abomination to take a life. In Biafra land, it is an abomination. No matter what the person commits, it's an abomination to take a life. Whether the person insults you or don't, it doesn't matter what the person does. You have no right to take his or her life. But what do we see? The people who get all the support from the West, the people who get all the attention from the West are those who are bent on destroying their fellow human being. The only thing Biafrans has been asking all this while is live and let's live. That's all we ask. Live and let's live. There is nothing else we have been asking of. All we have been demanding is that live and let's live. But they have refused to pay attention. My fellow Biafrans that is watching this program, do not allow anybody to distract you. It is because of these things that I mentioned that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have sacrificed himself and put himself forward to lead us to safety. Today we have come to discuss and the title of the message today says, Aftermath of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu court appearance. Have your say. Freedom lies in being bold. United States of Biafra only. This is our topic today. The aftermath of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu court appearance. Have your say. If you want to join me to have your say, join me on David Herbert channel on YouTube. All you need to do, join me on YouTube, come to the comment section, you will see the link, click the link, and you will be in here to share your own view, what you think about the appearance of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in court. All that they have said so far, what do you think? What do you feel? If you cannot join me on stage, if you have a question and you want to write down your question, you can write down your question either on Facebook or on TikTok. Once I set my eyes on your question, definitely I will respond to your question. But if you want to be live with me, come to David Herbert channel on YouTube. That is where I host the program so that you can appear live and speak. The only thing that qualifies you to join us here is to be a human being. That's all. The only thing that qualifies you to join us on stage is to be a human being. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter your location. It doesn't matter your ideology. It doesn't matter your own upbringing. It doesn't matter your line of thought. It doesn't matter where you belong or where you don't belong. It doesn't matter your orientation. As long as you're human, join us. Let's share views. If you have a superior argument, bring it on. It's either you learn from us or we learn from you. My fellow Biafrans, we are talking about the aftermath of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu court appearance. Have your say. Freedom lies in being bold. You must be bold if you must be free. Boldness is one of the number one thing you must have. And this is the time to show that boldness. You can't get your freedom by being a coward. Today you are saying A and the next minute you are saying B. You cannot get your freedom by lying. You cannot get your freedom by being timid. You are so scared. You are so scared, not even to mention your freedom. You're so scared. You're so scared to present your case. When you see the Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in his own word, he said, we are fearless in the presence of our enemy. And you can see him every now and again. Whenever he appears in court, he is fearless. Even when they ask him, do you want to stay more years again before you come out? He said, I have been here for 4 years. Being here for another year won't kill me. They have tried to break him down, but he's unbreakable. They have tried by all means to push him down, to break him, but they could not be able to succeed. Every one of us saw him. And I say it, whenever he appears in court, there is always a lesson to learn. If you know what you have learned in the appearance of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in court yesterday, click the link, come in and share with us. If there's a lesson you have learned, or there is something you need to teach us from the appearance of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu yesterday, come live and speak to us. Our ears are open to hear, to learn, and listen. I can see my beloved brother Greg there. Before I give my mic to my beloved brother Greg, let us listen to the speech of the lawyer of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a lawyer Jimako, his special counsel. Let us hear what the special counsel of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has to say. Yesterday, we were not able to play that video, and I'll play it now while we are going through the aftermath of the court, so that we can be able to also get clue, because some people might have listened, they didn't understand, or some people did not see the video. Some might have seen it, but sometimes when you listen to a video over and over again, you continue to get some meaning from it and you digest it more than you have done. So I want us to play it together and see what we can learn from the speech of the special counsel, Aloy Ejimako. Let's listen to what he had to say.
I ain't no the people I'm with here are my brothers and sisters. We are all Biafrans of one mind. The lawyer.
He said, we are all brothers and we are all Biafrans of one mind. I don't want us to skip this word. We are all Biafrans. You see, freedom lies in being bold. Time has come when we begin to identify ourselves as Biafrans, regardless where we are. This is one thing that we must learn. If we don't learn it now, if we don't remove that fear of answering whom you are at any point in time, anywhere where they ask you, who are you? Tell them you are a Biafran. Where are you from? I'm from the United States of Biafra. The earlier you begin to identify yourself with whom you are, the better for you. Somebody from the north will always be bold to say that they are Arewa. They say it even in the House of Assembly, in the Senate, in their meetings. Anywhere you confront them, they tell you that they are Arewa. Oduduwa people, they tell you they are Oduduwa. Even at a point in time, Akeredolu, the late Akeredolu, was forcing the national anthem of Oduduwa to be sung. In their meetings, in the House of Assembly, they sang it. Even in the Senate, they sang the national anthem of Oduduwa people. In their own state council, they sing the national anthem of Oduduwa. But Biafrans, we have people who are coward and they claim to be bold. Most of us, we are too quick to call other people coward. Very quick to call people coward. But when you look to the attitude of some of us who call themselves Biafrans, they are the real coward. I would like everybody to borrow leave from our lawyer Jimako. It is time for us to begin to introduce ourselves as whom we are. It is time to begin to introduce ourselves as whom we are. I want us to pay attention to this introduction. It is very, very important. Freedom lies in being bold.
ebe ọ bụla onye ọbụla nọ anyị na-ekelesi unu ike anyị ncha nọ ya bụ ụmụnne. The people I'm with here are my brothers and sisters. We are all Biafrans of one mind. The lawyers are here, some of them. The others have dispatched to various locations where we are going to meet later. Tomorrow we are going to the DSS to meet with the Onyendu. Today, what happened, for those of you, and one Onyendu Maria Prince, fine boy, I was in America, Dr. Sylvester here, and Dr. Chukwuemeka of the American military veterans of Igbo descent here. I'd be grateful for the solidarity they came to show Biafrans, their fellow Biafrans, their fellow Igbos, and to Onyendu and the legal team and Omuno Onyendu. They flew all the way from America to show solidarity. We are very, very grateful, and this thing goes in when Mary at the end of the day. So what happened in court today as a way of recapping and informing those who didn't come to court was very simple. Finally, the government is getting the so-called trial that it has always desired as of late. It didn't desire this trial for the past 10 years, but for the past 6-7 months, the government has been intent on having a trial. Well, the trial has commenced today, and we have seen, those of us in court, that the case rings very hollow. The prosecution witness was examined on direct examination by the prosecutor, and he made an application, meaning the prosecutor made an application before then for the witness to be masked or to be screened away from the bird's eye view of the general public. The only person that could behold him from our own side of the aisle was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the defendant, because the law required that. So he was testifying from behind the screen. And you know, when people testify behind the screen, you know what happens. But let me leave it at that because the matter is subject. So he has given his direct examination, and the matter was adjourned to 2nd May for continuation of trial. So what is going to happen on 2nd May is very specific and simple. We are going to subject that witness to cross-examination. We're going to ask him to explain certain things. So his own answers to the questions posed to him today will not be taken as true unless and until we have finished cross-examining him on 2nd May. So we are very hopeful that in the end our victory is assured, we shall prevail, and we shall be able to show through this trial they are having, or they started having today, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not commit any offense known to law. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Special counsel.
You have heard Aloy Ejimako, Special Counsel of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, explain what transpired in the court. And from his speech, you can learn a lot from what he just said. For me, number one, it is time for us to begin to introduce ourselves as Biafrans that we are. He started by saying that we are all Biafrans. But I challenge those people that came from the United States. Those men who came from the United States, representatives of one group or the other, either one organization, Igbo organization or the other, ask them, are they true Biafrans? Do they identify as Biafrans? It is not enough for you to come to the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to showcase yourself, to advertise yourself, to seek for position. The special counsel had just made an announcement on that speech and said, we are all Biafrans. But are they truly Biafrans? Are they truly Biafrans? The United States of Biafra have been declared on the 29th of November 2024. And the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Oronbose, is in the United States with members of the officials of the United States of Biafra. Today, we are preparing to open the embassy in Washington, D.C. on the 30th, which is the Heroes' Day. It is a challenge. It is a challenge. It is not enough to come and showcase yourself before the camera. The special council have said it, that we are all Biafrans. If you are truly a Biafran, be there. Show us that you are a Biafran. The man you have come to represent in the court today, that you flew all the way from the United States to come and see, identifies as a Biafran. Even in the face of death, he said, I am here to fight for Biafra. It is my right to fight for Biafra, and I will continue to fight for Biafra. How many of you that are standing there are ready to stand shoulder to shoulder with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and fight for what he believes? Some of them think it is about release Mazi Nnamdi. It is not about release Mazi. If you release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Biafra is not declared, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in captivity. If you release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Biafra do not have their sovereignty intact, just as we have already declared. I'm not talking about declaration has been made. If you release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Nigeria continue to have say in Biafra land, he is not yet free. He is still in captivity. That is one thing some of these people fail to understand. You have been introduced as people of like mind, same faith, one belief. We are all Biafrans. But I want every one of them, maybe they come across our video or anybody that knows them, send them this video, ask them. Let them ask themselves a question. Are they truly Biafran? These are the people who come and tell you that Biafra is a thing of the mind. Biafra is not just a thing of the mind. Biafra is a country that has been from 1967 to 1970, fought a brutal war and has been redeclared on 29th of November 2024. And today we have the United States of Biafra seeking for recognition and full restoration on the ground. That is the Biafra Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stands for. That is Biafra that made Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be in that court. Every single one of them that is there, ask them, do they truly believe in what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stands for? Are they truly Biafrans? Or they are just standing before the camera to advertise themselves? So many of them are there to pose and advertise themselves, to showcase whom they are, that they appear. And after they will tell you, oh, I was there in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, oh, I traveled, I went there, I was there. But that thing that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stands for, that he's dying for today, how are you supporting it? It is not about free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If you free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Biafran territory is still occupied by the Zoological Republic, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not free. It's just a question of time. They're going to take him again. If you free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu without the restoration of Biafra fully, it's just a question of time. He will be out. If you genuinely want to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you should support the United States of Biafra. And now, not tomorrow, now. This is the time. This is the time, not tomorrow. Because as you see from their statement and the way they are presenting the issue, they have no case against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. From the way, even the witness abroad, the witness is only coming from the DSS. DSS are the ones witnessing in a case that they are part of. There's no neutral witness anywhere. Meanwhile, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, every single broadcast he made, of which they are charging of terrorism, was made in the public. They are still there. And he has a defense to every single thing he has said. It is not enough to showcase yourself and appear in camera. The special counsel, Alayo Jimako, has just introduced us that we are all Biafrans. Are you truly Biafrans? For those of us who are standing with Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko, standing under the command of our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we know whom we are. You don't need to tell us. And if you think you don't know, I want you to hear this from our Prime Minister, Mazi Nnamdi.
Every one of you to remember these three words. Nigerians, we are no more. Southeasterners and Southerners, we cannot become. And Biafrans, we must be.
I hope you had that very, very clear. I hope you had that very clear. With this, I give the mic to my beloved brother, Greg. My brother, Greg, take the mic and speak to Biafrans. Let's hear you.
Yeah, Mazi, choose. Good afternoon. And good afternoon to Biafrans one more time. My greetings to all Biafrans. My greetings to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and our PM, Simon Ekpa, and our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Arabeze. My greetings and my prayers to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, thanking God for this successful acting yesterday. For me, it's a victory. That yesterday, day before yesterday, was success. And it is a success and victory, and the victory will continue because he is not there on his own. He have assistance from heaven that is standing with him and before him and speaking through Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to the judge and to the world. And the same thing will happen to our PM Mazi Ekpa. The same spirit will possess him, and the fire will burn and burn down the hands of the enemies that is holding them and holding Biafrans. They will not stand that fire. They cannot stand the fire in Nnamdi Kanu. They cannot stand the fire in Simon Ekpa. And that fire will consume every allegations, every proposal to hold them down will be destroyed. It is not by power. It is by this superior supreme being that made heaven and earth. We destroy those their allegations. So that is our prayers. We continue in what we are doing. We are not going to stop. I am a Biafran, just like our brother Ejimaka said. I'm happy that he is bold to tell the world that he is a Biafran, and all the people surrendering him that they are Biafrans. Even when some of them, they are within their mind, they have not come to realize that they are Biafrans. But they have no option. They know, but maybe they are not bold enough to say it. You know, the question you asked, Maz, choose is, when Allah Ejimaka introduced himself and the brethren around him, that he is a Biafran and with all those people they are Biafrans, then the question he asked, most of them that are standing there with him, did they know or they believe that they are Biafrans, or that Biafra have been declared? You know, when somebody is talking about, I am going to Nigeria, a flight from United States of America, you landed in Nigeria, in Abuja, you're going for a fighting to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not the case. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu want to come out today, he will hands up and they will tell him, give him a special house in Abuja. If anywhere he want it, if he wants special house in United States of America, they will tell him automatic in 1 second, any kind, any type. The same thing in any part of Nigeria where he want to reside. If he want to reside in Abuja, he have anyhow he want his father's compound to be. Under 3 months, it will look completely different. So, but that is not what Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for. So you that is buying tickets, coming down from America, coming out to say, release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not the question. But after the aftermath of his release, what next? Tomorrow again, then Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will say, I want to be Biafra, then you go and arrest him again. So it's only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that knows how to go to a prison. And you will be coming to talk about his release. So what makes you not be bold to say, we are Biafran, just like this man, Allah Ejimaka said it. Why can you be in the United States of America and we are fighting for freedom? And Simon Ekpa is going to jail, Nnamdi Kanu is in jail, and you are there talking about Nnamdi Kanu release, and you have not realized why he went to prison. And you keep quiet in America, you're not fighting for that. Then you are a hypocrite. You are a hypocrite. So, you cannot tell me you want Nnamdi Kanu to be released and you live in the United States of America, being an ex-soldier under American government, a Biafran that served in American military. And you have not done anything that shows that indeed you are from Biafra land. Nothing that shows. You have not impacted anything to make sure that what put Nnamdi Kanu in prison is being addressed once and for all. So, because when people talk about releasing Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu himself is telling you he's not releasing him. He wants to be released, and the why he's in DSS or in Nigerian prison being discussed. That is his purpose. That is why he went there, and that is why they are holding him. And why they want him to denounce it, and he said, no, I cannot denounce it. Give me, it is my right. I want to go with my people, because he have been denying not everything as Nigeria, and now we have decided to go, and nothing will stop him. That is why I'm here. And that is why you're putting me in jail. Release me and release my people. We want to go. Just like Moses tell Pharaoh, leave the Jews. Let them go to their land and worship their God. That is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is carrying today. Let us go home and worship our God. Let us go home and live the way we're supposed to believe. We want to go back to our system before the British came. And many of them that are eating burger in America doesn't want to hear that. Many of them that think they have survived in America didn't want to hear that. Every time they want to come and join as a man to take pictures. Every time they want to come and they sure say that we are among the people who we are going for Nnamdi Kanu release. Nnamdi Kanu release on what condition? That is what Nnamdi Kanu is asking every day. I'm not supposed to be here because I am here because I'm fighting for the right of my people. I want it to be discussed so that my people will go. You cannot hold me here because I want my people to be free. And you hold my people in hostage. And I cannot come out from here while my people are still in hostage. That is the message Nnamdi Kanu is coming out to say every day. Any day he comes out. He tells them, my people are in bondage. We read what he told them in the court. I heard that according to what we read, that the judge was smiling so strong they would applauding him. Because the spirit is speaking. It's not just Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There is a voice that that judge and those people that are in that court are hearing that is truth. And the truth is that Biafra must be free. Unconditional. Imagine where somebody that is living in France call himself Macron or whatever they call him, telling Africans that Africans are not free. You cannot be free. We have decided your life because you are still backward. What is backwardness? How many people in Biafran land is Macron more intelligent and more educated than them that will make the Africans not to stand on their feet? What is the level of President Macron of France? And what is the level of the Biafrans educated people that makes him to say that the Africans are not qualified to stand on their feet? Because the Africans themselves makes themselves and tell themselves, no, we are not qualified. We are not qualified. That's why you live in America and you cannot stand up and say, no, I want to go home. I want my people to be free. Because you're eating burger. You don't want to go home. China is free. Japan, the Asians are free. Because they lose themselves and tell the Westerners to don't come closer to us. We are now free people. You have no right to decide for us. But Macron is telling you that you, African, have no right to talk about your life, that we have managed you and tell you when you will sit down and when you will get up, because you don't know anything. That is what he's telling you. Imagine somebody living in his house and tell you, I have to tell you how you will live in your house. I have to tell you when you will eat and when you will not eat. I have to tell you the kind of food you eat today and what you eat tomorrow and what you give your children and what you give your dog and what you give your cat and what you give your chickens and all the cows. And that is why Fulanis are still just moving randomly in every part of Biafra land and the indigenous of Nigeria with their cows, because that is what Britain taught them years ago, how they can feed their cow. The British have not come down to tell them again, no, you have to go to and build a house for your cows and put them in a place and feed them just like they're doing it in the Western world. No, they have not told them that. Until the Britain will come and tell them, okay, now you have to stop and carrying your cows and going along the street and going on the bushes. They have to come and educate them. Before then we know, okay, we have to stop going on. That is what Macron is telling them. Until we come and tell you that your cow are not supposed to be on the street, those ones you are hearing from Nnamdi Kanu and the other people, those ones, they are Africans. They don't have anything. Until we, the Europeans, come and tell you, this is how you train your cow before you learn how to train the cow. So that is what the message is all about. No, that is why they will come out and tell you that you are not qualified. You are not qualified. You are backward. We have to tell you how to eat. We have to tell you when you go to toilet. We have to tell you the kind of pampam you use. We have to tell you the kind of water you will drink before you can drink them. So, for me, there is no kind of humiliation and disgrace that is beyond that. When that man was spilling that rubbish from his mouth, that the Africans are not qualified enough to be on their own, that they cannot leave Africa alone. Whether you like it or not, we must tell you. So what kind of insult is that? And that is what many of us are living in the Western world are buying. Yeah, that is why. Because when they come, they tell you your place is not good. Why must you go? Everything. Go. Some will tell you. When you come, some will tell you, "Are you here with your family?" You say yes. You say you have brother. You say yes. I say, why not go and bring them? Africa is not good. Why not go and bring all your brothers here and your sisters? As if bringing them here, that you yourself that is here, that they allow you to live. Okay. Go and bring them here. Africa is not good. So that is what Macron is telling you, that you cannot live or you cannot manage yourself. And many of us are buying to that. So what a shame. So I think I can give a credit and victory for this first outing of our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because they have no choice than to look for a way to leave Biafrans to go and govern themselves. They have no option. And that is what must come to pass. So thank you. And for now, let me give other of our brothers space to speak.
Thank you, my brother Greg. Thank you for your contribution. I appreciate you. Akonye Wether, let's hear you. Akonye Wether, you're there.
Good morning.
Good morning.
There was Kutu. Before I start this morning, there's something you said. You talked of Akere Dolu insisting on the southwest governor to recite Oduduwa national anthem each time they gather for any of their function or meeting, whatever. So I want to correct it that is what they are doing up to date. So don't say Akere Dolu tried it. Maybe Akere Dolu tried it and he enforced it and it is working.
Oh, they are still doing it, right?
They are still doing it to date. If you can take any of the functions they had recently, their governors, when they gathered in Lagos, after singing national anthem, and the second is the Oduduwa anthem, before they would do maybe Lagos State. I don't even think that they have like Igbo. See, the problem with Igbo, our gullibility, those that went to school, they know. But because that nature of Igbo man doing well in isolation, the only thing that will break that is a disaster, just as it happened with the Jews. Before the Holocaust, Jews, they dispersed around the world. They were all doing well. Their model of business was like the same system of Igbo business approach today. When they come in a community, when one pinch a tent, start selling, another person, before you know it, they will take over the market. They will even buy the market over from the indigenous and do shops there and start subletting the shops to the indigenous. That was the pattern of the Jews. You take history, you see, up until the Holocaust. After the Holocaust, they were forced to go back to their place. And their system of business, their system of understanding changed. They extended their hands to other places, started forming an alliance with other countries. But before, Jews, they were very good in isolation. And same will happen to Igbo people. Majority of the people that are in this struggle, mostly the ones that have the opportunity to do what we are doing. I'm sorry to say it, but they are fools. They don't even know anything. And there is a huge number of the masses following them. We are still fools. Let me not put myself up. Because if we are not fools, we will have a clear understanding of what the struggle means, and then gravitate from understanding the struggle to understand the terrain, which is the political space, the geopolitics, the world we are, Nigerian system, the entirety of the world system. How do they look? How do they observe us? What is their intention toward us? Then we now devise a means to undo their intention, but we are not doing it. I've had the opportunity of speaking with some people that have been in this struggle. when I interrogate them or when we have our conversation, what I do deduce from their mind is that they are just pinching a tent into one of their legs all this while with Simon. That their hope is that Nnamdi should come out. That when Nnamdi comes out, they will not know where they are going. And I have my points to make. The DOS and the other group that believe that are not that are partly DOS, but they do not believe in the struggle when Simon carried this on. Their belief is that Nnamdi is the rightful person. He is the one that knows how to get it. The Southeastern governors and the elite that never believed in Nnamdi, when they now saw the other version from Simon, they said no, that Nnamdi was genuine up until the group of Simon hijacked the struggle. That is their mantra now, up until miscreant hijacked the struggle. But that been issue, they never believed in the approach of
We can't hear you anymore. Akonya Wetre, you're not coming out. We can't hear you. We can't hear you anymore, Akonya Wetre. I think your line is cut off. You can check it. Check your line and recover it back. Then we can now bring you back. Akonya Wetre, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, we can hear you.
The war, the Nigerian system and the world, they said that this our tactics work. Simon dragged his feet, begging them to grant him a slot. As our leader said, grant Simon a slot to be preaching in the Radio Biafra. He was dragging his feet, asking them, please, let me preach. They now carry the message back to who sent them. That said they should not who is engineering their course. They told him that Simon must sign a code of conduct. That made our PM to ask them to bring the code of conduct that others have signed before he will sign. So all those shenanigans that played during then, before our PM now decided to pitch a tent with Umada, and from Umada we graduated to autopilot, from autopilot to Gigi. When they saw that they have lost the fight, they now sent their emissaries in the likes of I don't know who and the rest of them. The ones that later begged, they come. Now, they now form part of us, form part of the system, and as well undo the system. Now, this undoing of the system that our people are doing, let me tell you, it is only a few of them that are aware, that are in line with the people that are sending them. The rest, the majority that follows them, are ignorant, jealousy, and envy that is pushing them. And also relying on it must be Nnamdi. So that's the greatest undoing that we are facing in this struggle. And I want to air my own opinion, just as I said yesterday. My plea with everyone that is calling for this struggle is that name calling of your brother will not do you any good. Recently, I started tracking some news. I started doing some investigation. And I discovered some. All these Ngozi Arabueze told Simon, Ogenkere told this one. None of them even had any hand in the arresting of our PM. During that UN conference, that Shetima had discussion with Alex Tom. After that discussion, if you can track Nigerian news, Tinubu had his first working visit to France that he stayed almost 20 something days. That from France he traveled to UK. That they said they saw him in his St. Mary Hospital. Tinubu went after Shetima did the briefing with the Alex Cobb. Tinubu went to France to perfect the plan on arresting our PM with Macron. Even on this Pope burial, I followed the event. If you follow that event, track it very well, you will see Alex Cobb and Macron, they were sitting together. And all through the ceremony, they were all talking to themselves. And Macron have explained to Alex Cobb what he will stand to gain if he supports him with the agreement he had with Tinubu to clamp down Simon. That was when Finland summed up to arrest our leader. After that working visit, Tinubu came back and he said that the mining industry, that France is now going to partner with Nigeria. And he gave them, they signed the memorandum of understanding with France. They were debating it on their mainstream media that if Tinubu should go and look for investors, people that will man the mining industry, that France is far away from anything mining, that they should go to Australia or Germany, that France does not know anything about mining. So there are so many things. This man that owns Victoria Island, Tagori, that worked with Abata, where is he living? He's living in France. And that man is the godfather of Tinubu. All these things are the things that the so-called media personnel of our struggle need to do. But because we are incapacitated, I've said it's not that what I'm worth. If I say let me start YouTube channel to start talking, I will not even speak up to a month. They will come and arrest me in Nigeria. Is it all these charlatans that are backstabbers, that someone will devote his time to own a channel? Because it is easy to track the owner of a channel. But as I'm speaking on your platform now, number one, you are not in Nigeria. If you say you are in Nigeria, except say you know me, they want to track, they will only track you. It is very easy to track you because the back-end encryption on YouTube will not let them locate me. That is why I've not gone into this trouble to start broadcasting. But all the people apart from your channel and we go 247, all other ones, even dating from when our leader MNK was still around with us, when Simon was around, all of them are all bunch of fools and idiots, only to gossip, backbite, and name call. The major work they need to do, which is the things that Nnamdi was doing, digging out information, classified information, that when it comes out, some fools will say it's a propaganda. The people that are concerned will be wondering, how did this man get to know all these things? They will not come in the public to speak, which is what our media is supposed to be doing. If all the media are doing all these things, Even if you want to come, you come with a clear evidence of whatever you want to say. You back it with evidence. But all of them are on speculation. If you walk, they will read the way you walk, and they say, read my lips, and begin to yap nonsense online. But my assurance to them is that them that are hoping that Nnamdi will come, they have Nnamdi left with them. They have scattered it. They destroyed it. Simon tried to pick the remaining part, the pieces that he could gather to put it together. The fools, the psychopaths that followed him also, they have scattered the house again. And they are calling, hoping that let me end whatever I want to say this morning. The only thing I know, myself, I know, Biafra will come. But the Biafra will come. I don't know if Tinubu is going to release Nnamdi or he wants to part 5. I've said it the other day. The political calculation and machination of Tinubu, when he realizes that the South will support him, he might use releasing of Nnamdi either towards the ending of this year or next year to know whether he will woo vote from South East. Which, if it happens, we bring the fulfillment of the prediction of US that Nigeria might cease to exist by 2031. Which me, I pray that Tinubu wins 2027. And God should harden his heart to completely sideline North or do cosmo chaos in North. Because all this killing, this uprising that is happening in Nigeria, that nobody is talking, is because Tinubu know them. They made a plan together with Obama to unseat Jonathan by bringing Boko Haram and other ISWAP, gathering them and perfected their unseating of Obama. The problem that Tinubu now, that the North now have, is because Joe Biden could not continue and Democrats could not continue. Power now falls back to the Republicans. And Trump, for now, it seems that Trump is not yet looking on the matters of Nigeria. But for Trump to look on the matters of Nigeria, Tinubu has his own advisor. I track their news. He has not said anything. One of Manneha Bariagwa, that is not do anything with Trump. Anything. The only thing that is using to hold on Tinubu now is Chicago, whatever, this thing, drug and whatever. You can't have the whole day. How mandate to go now? They should release it on Friday, this coming Friday. But see, our leader like that caught again. That is where they are using to hold him. But because of the war between Ukraine and Russia, West are aligning. They are aligning and they are aligning to know how they will keep sustaining themselves through Africa. Now, what that will make the prophecy of a master prophet that said because of the arrest of Simon and the arrest of Nnamdi, that the whether I said it's 20 years or 40 years. Ihe ga-eme ọbịa nso omezuo bụ na power from aka Tinubu na 2027. Ọ baala aka Peter Obi, Nigeria will be stagnant because Peter Obi got confused just as Jonathan was confused. Now, if Peter Obi naturally will tend toward the north, and whenever he moves toward the north, Nigeria will be stagnant because when he aligns with the north, now the West will keep on getting what they are getting from north. But Tinubu now, because he has no godfather as an indigenous, nobody around the Nigerian politician made Tinubu. His godfather are from the West, which is Tagori is one, and Macron is his friend all these years. Now, Obuhana no me win 2027. Because continue. Then, that they will pull out. They will try to destabilize the country and pull out. That is the only thing that will give us. If not, it's only few among the that will get the upper because our people are full from A to Z. I know I am the people of substance and that this struggle. Because someone with substance, with a substance, he has something to offer. Our PM said it. All these buffools, all these fools who do Galilee will fear you. That they make it happen. If you give them information, they will flip it. Do that, haga. But I am people here, yam na yo every day, but I get release time. Release them Nnamdi. I won't say, but then when you come down the pota, you have to go now on an anga. You have to go now on an anga. Up to we come out the same thing to Simon. The same thing to Simon. They beg Simon through and stop and they beg Simon. But our fear they beg him, seize him with the money or do because the spirit has come upon him or do now they do another calculation. Well, what they are saying. Where start now how abundant now before her program investigation. Kede men a hang investigation. Where speedy trial about Simon. I put that manga. Our people have to Simon. Wunderpan upon a Western world. Away because of envy and jealousy. Where the gullible. But when me that maba, I your money will I care daughter. And when Helena. Double like I had daughter at this struggle, they have been alive. Nearly can never kill a bird. That is what have been happening to them. But Ndibo. Holocaust, I don't mere Israel ha ji mmadụ ha mara taa bụ ile akọ akụkọ la Jizọs la dị echi lak ihe ọbụla ile akọ gbatara ha ndị nọ na Nigeria so na ha believe na God of Israel mana Israel believe in God of their iron dome na nke ha na-arụ now ma ndị nke ha nweta lesser weapon niile ha nwere anyị nwa bụ ndị na-ebe a na-ekwu eri believe na God of Israel onye ahụ mere ndị onye ahụ Holocaust reset their brain onye akọ ya eme ndị Igbo mgbe Fulani calculate tara ihe ha na-eme the president attack they do. When I calculate they will land on Igbo. All these people online are woto proman. That time you will not see them. And I am about the mass, the physical mass, give a tala Biafra. Take it upon yourself. Mara, can you the choice to Biafra? And this sort of rely on messages from the left. Go outside the box, browse, ma the mere soro Biafra, Kemati Yesikudo, on that and audio gate. How many millions of Jews came before they could trace themselves back to Abraham of today, 1948? The same thing we do our people until our people will learn. Politicians, they know what they are doing. Go and meet them. Interrogate them, they will tell you that they will not work, but they want to gather their own. That's why they are busy buying land, buying houses, having investment. By all the politicians in all of them with a private jet and with a they go. They don't arrest a lot of money. Nigeria will happen to everybody, but in the no online, who could be hoping to be whole drama. That I will come and I will say my own. If they really find anything, I will say it. But let them know that West will not help us. I will say it today, tomorrow, and any time. They will not help us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you for your contribution. You've spoken well, and Biafrans are listening. Everybody must pay attention and focus. The freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot be complete without the restoration of Biafra. For me personally, I'm not wishing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu the kind of freedom they gave him in 2015, only to let go of him and the next minute they go to his house to kill him. That is not the freedom I wish for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the freedom he deserves today is a freedom where when he comes out, he will not be accountable to any Nigerian authority. He will only be accountable to Biafrans. So if you are seeking for freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, pursue Biafra with your own heart. Only Biafra will give Mazi Nnamdi Kanu the genuine freedom he deserves. He said it by himself. If there's any gift you give him, it's Biafra, nothing else. Is there any you shouting, crying, and tagging and wishing? And fight for Biafra and get it. Once you get it, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is free. That is the only genuine freedom you can give to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nothing else. No more, no less. We know him. Even as at yesterday till today, he is still standing where he stood. That is why his special counsel is bold to identify himself as a Biafran. So every one of us should focus. Focus. The genuine freedom you can give to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is Biafra. Let us give it to him. Thank you so much, my beloved brother Kunyo. Let's hear from our beloved sister Ojugo. Let's hear from you, Ojugo. If you're there, go ahead and speak to us.
Good morning, Chooks, and my brothers in the house.
Good morning,
and those on the comment section, and Biafra as a whole. Yeah, I saw the movie of not movie. The video of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, case yesterday.
Yeah.
And I could see the boldness has never disappeared and will never disappeared. That's one thing that I observed yesterday. The second thing that triggered me was I was asking myself a question when I saw the witness. My question was, why did they dress this witness in a Fulani attire? Because that's what I saw, and those masks that they do put on, with that thing that comes from Sahel they put on their neck, and then white. That's what came to mind. Why would it from 3 tribes of Nigeria? The only thing they remember is to dress the witness in Fulani attire. I said, okay. Then the third one was when Aloye Jimato. I'm proud of him. He's from my place. And I've been watching him all, how he's standing firm. Apart from the time that I don't know if they surrounded him with a gun, and he was mumbling a letter like an uneducated man, But he's been standing firm, and he never ceased to say, we are Biafrans. He always said that we are Biafrans. And that's what he believes. And that's a lesson for anybody standing around him, listening to him. You cannot identify yourself with somebody who is ready to die for Biafra. And you don't have the same ideology with the person. You don't believe what the person believes. You don't participate in you don't do anything to keep, to protect what my client or my friend believe in. And my friend is ready to die for this. How do we save his life? What do we do to make him happy, if not to protect that Biafra? If you're sincerely and you really understand what you go there to do. Did you see his wife there? No, because she did not believe in that ideology. So if you're there, and that means you believe in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ideology, you believe in what Ejimako said, we are Biafrans. And everybody, they say, yes. So how? Is it the Biafra that DOS has thrown into the bush and handed over to the Nigerian government? Is that the Biafra that you believe? Or is that the Biafra that Dr. Ngozi Arabeze is babysitting, protecting? Like, you know how a hen protects its chick? That's what she's doing. And when the Supreme Leader, Nnamdi Kanu, come out and say, this is where we are. When you left, this is where Simon started, and this is where Simon stopped. And this is what Simon, put down. Because are you expecting Nnamdi Kanu after how many years? When he come, he will go back to IPOB, one family, IPOB, one family. Is it, are we going forward or we're going back? Or are you going to hand him over and start telling him, oh, all your members, that all the what you started, all the flavors, those that don't have a job, those that are not educated, those that don't have papers, that are looking for a way that you gather together, that they're all falling into the hand of the government. Would that make him happy? Will he say, oh, wow, you guys did a good job? Or are you going to tell him, oh, after the declaration of Biafra, November 29, 2024, another group pump up and say, hey, we need to go back. This declaration, no, we need to fall back. And people this what surprised me, na ndị na-ekwu falling back a nwere inu a na-atụ n'Igbo language. Even a na-atụ ya n'English, where they say, English will say, forward ever, backward never. Ndị Igbo si no, ịga n'iru bụ ndụ, ịga azụ bụ ọnwụ. And the people doing this, some of them understand English, some understand Igbo language. So that's why I use these two languages. So if you don't understand this, you understand it in the other side. That's the two languages that I can speak fluently and write very well. So, and sometimes our people don't reason very well, Yeah, I know there are people that are, are just sitting down, waiting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come out, and then they start their Biafra words. That's just laughable. Some people are just going about doing their thing, waiting for Simon Ekpa to come out, and then we'll continue from where we start. They're not going forward. They're not going backward. They're just stagnant. Have you watched a stagnant water? What happened? Milina de Ruero. What happened? It would decay. So, I know there are this veteran celebration and independent and the fallen heroes of Biafra that we're going to do May 30th. I'm sure we're going to see a lot of our veterans there. And I believe those who have identified themselves with Nnamdi Kanu, I will hope to see you people over there. Because that's what Nnamdi Kanu believes in, Biafra. That is what he is willing, ready to die with Biafra. And PM, the same thing. I remember before the one thing, this declaration was approaching. He said something, even though he laughed about it. Mbosi, Emega activate Odechi. He said, they were asking me, do you know that this thing will call the world attention? He said, yes, he's ready for it. So he said, yes, he's ready for it. So are we ready? Are you ready to identify yourself with what is going on to protect this baby Biafra? And my advice to Nigeria is fighting Biafra is not a solution. Rather, it will swallow the whole Nigerian people. Because if you have allowed this to go since, by now, we would have known where we are, and whatever good that is coming to Biafra will reach you, Nigeria. Because we're neighbors. We're neighbors. We produce, you buy, we make it easy for you. We're neighbors. And maybe naira to dollar would have been even more lower than what it is now. Than fighting more unnecessary thing that it will eventually come. And you allow it to swallow your whole country. For nothing. For just me sitting down around the table and talking about it. And conducting referendums. Just simple thing that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, said. Round the table, referendum. As simple as ABC. Let's know the mind of the people. And you are scared. Corrupt, that's how you know corrupt people. What are you scared of? Now you're maxing somebody to come out to witness. What are you scared of? The whole world is identifying you as a corrupt country, and you're portraying yourself even more and more and more as a corrupt country. Sure. You know, so please, my advice is, if we what I saw some people taking picture, just want to take picture. If you are identifying yourself with this man, do you believe in his ideology?
That was the question.
That's a question you need to lay down. Are you laying down? Ask, do I believe what this man believes? And if you don't, there is no point taking a picture, because looking at him, when you put that picture, it's not going to give you joy. Rather, it's going to give you pain. But when you identify and believe in what you believe in, when you're looking at him, you say, this is my hero. So let us understand what we're doing. It's not about picture. Now, it's not about picture. So please, everybody that was standing around Aloye Jimako, when he said, we are Biafrans, and they all responded, simultaneously, please. It shows that you believe in Biafra. But ask yourself, what am I doing to make that a reality? What am I doing that this man that I'm fighting for, traveling, taking a risk from whole flight to this, when he come out, what will make him happy is to say, hey, dear, this is where we are. And he will say, congratulations. I'm happy that we have reached this so far. That's all that's going to make him happy. Telling him DOS is in Nigeria's hand. You do know about people that started the do know about. You do know about has carried them. Is it you do know about whatever has carried them away? The wave of you do know about carried them away. And then those that fall front and then fall back has fallen them inside the pit. This is not what he wants to hear. Those things will make him even sad. Me, I can't come out in such a stressful place, and then instead of you to tell me what will make me happy, you're telling me something that will even put me into depression. So I leave it there. Please, if you love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, identify with him, believe in his ideology. Please, from your heart of heart, find a way to identify fully with Biafra to make him happy when he come out. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my beloved sister. You just said it. If you love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it's not enough to pose with picture with him. go and pose in picture, you carry his name and his picture in your chest, you write his name everywhere, you play his video, you play his record, you call him your leader. That is not enough. Do you believe what he believes? What are you doing to make sure you promote that ideology that he's dying for? What are you doing to make sure that Biafra stands? That is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is after. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not after your praises and shouting. If it were for popularity, he has gotten it already. He has gotten it. Even if he decides today he's not fighting for Biafra, he will be remembered and he will be known. But he knows what he wants. You that believe in that ideology, what are you doing? More especially people that came to pose to picture with Aloy Ejimako, who identifies in the open and say we are Biafrans. And all of them nodded their head. We are all Biafrans and families. How are you supporting that Biafra? 30th is a day. More especially those of them in the United States, they see our videos. 30th is a day. It's an opportunity for you to come and prove yourself. The olive branch is always there. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu always gave that olive branch. Mazi Simon Ekpa always gave the olive branch, even in the midst of the whole chaos. Today, Dr. Ngozi Oronbose is also opening that door. Come on 30th and be part of this. Show us how much you love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
No fear for our land. We go stand together. Fight for freedom now. No surrender.
This day is more than just an opening. It is a call for peace and reconciliation. Join us at the first ever Biafra Peace Summit, where the past and present voices for Biafra independence come together. No segregation, no division, just one people with one purpose. An occasion to voice our differences, resolve them, and stand stronger as one people. May 30th is also our separate Biafra Heroes Remembrance Day, when we honor the brave souls of men and women who fought and children who fell from the genocidal war of 1967 to 1970, where over 3 million Biafrans lost their lives. The day we honor those unjustly imprisoned and killed before the war, during the war, and presently, simply for being Biafrans. We salute our past and present leaders, from the vision of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu to the resilience of Philip Effiong, the fearless dedication of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the unwavering courage of Simon Ekpa Odogu, who have carried the torch of our struggle. Their sacrifices and leadership lights our paths forward. As we all know, for far too long, we've endured suffering at the hands of our enemies and division from within. This summit is power-packed to heal those wounds, to uproot seeds of discord planted among us, and to unite Biafrans across tribes, regions, religions, and political view. Together, we are unstoppable. Be part of history. Join us on May 30th, 2025 at the United States of Biafra headquarters in Washington, D.C. A day of unity, remembrance, and renewal. Biafra rises as one strong nation, bolder together. Venue 11726 Connecticut Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. Time 3 p.m. Biafra time and 10 a.m. Washington time. 30th of May 2025, a united Biafra. Our time is now. This message is proudly sponsored by the Office of the United States of Biafra Deputy Prime Minister, Her Excellency Dr. Ngozi Oronbose, and the Biafra Information, Telecommunication and Postal Service. My name is Marvelous Chukwubikem Arinze.
We face many things, we no fall. Them took Nnamdi Kanu, but we stand tall. Simon Ekpa, them catch we still dey strong. We go rise higher, no place for wrong. We no go fall, we go stand. In unity, we hold the land. From night.
Welcome back, and thank you for listening. It's a very important program that every one of us must attend. Make yourself available if you can. It is something that you must have to be there. Very, very necessary. More especially those today who are claiming to be Biafran. It is not just by saying it. Put your word to action. If you are a Biafran, show it to us. We want to see how your support to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is real. It is not enough to come and speak and talk. We want to see it happen. So, as we are talking on the aftermath of the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that is our topic today. You know, in that case yesterday, the case have officially now kicked off. This is a case that we are supposed to handle since 2015. They were not able to provide any evidence. They were not able to carry on the case. They prefer to continue to detain Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for as long as they can. They never talked about it. But finally, that case have started officially yesterday. And we read in their news, they said that the witness also tendered video recordings of the interrogations of, tendered some evidence. They said they tendered evidence, and among the evidence that was tendered, let me see if I can see that. They say the witness tendered video recording of interrogation that ensured after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu arrest. They say they tendered also 4 suitcases that contain various items that were recovered in the hotel room where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was arrested. Were equally produced before the court. This is 2015 old item they collected since 2015 when he was arrested in Lagos. That was what they provided yesterday. The suitcases contain personal belongings of the defendant, including equipment he alleged used to his radio broadcasting. That is the things he used to broadcast. As Nnamdi Kanu used to broadcast, they also saw it. They say trial justice James Omotosho admitted the items in evidence and marked them as exhibits in the case. So when we hear that they presented items, they recovered items, they presented this and this, I want us to see what they actually recovered, what they presented as evidence. You know, what they are charging Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, terrorism. And you know, if you want to commit terrorism, a lot of things involved. You are going to be seen, maybe weapon of mass destruction with your AK-47. Maybe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has some bomb, or he was making some bomb, or he has some AK-47 he want to shift, or some armor tank, or some aircraft is controlling, or some weapons. So let us go into the item they recovered. They say they recovered. They presented as ADPT yesterday. In that place, they say this first suitcase 1, black laptop, multi-mix transmitter, mini white Note Apple iPad with push, 1 gray Apple iPad with push, 1 gray MacBook with push, 1 gray MacBook with case, 1 mini drone sound wave speaker, 2 mini white speaker, 1 large computer mouse, 1 white adapter, 1 laptop adapter, 1 carton bag with laptop. Suitcase 2, 2 3 grams modem, 2 Glow modem, Low Hawaii modem, MTN modem, Etisalat flash drive, camcorder, hand recorder in a black pouch, MacBook Pro adapter, mic stand, Philip headphone, radio sharp mic with cord, Pro sound with white cord, 4G lit modem, a bunch of cards. Only 1 card was found. A bunch of cards. Only 1 card was found. Powered adapter for mixer. Easy Blaze with modem. Samsung iPhone. Black Motorola phone. 1 Nokia phone. Black Samsung. Black phone. Say Blink black modem, big flash drive, extension wire adapter, a pair of shoe, a belt, cedarwood sneakers, footwear, and suitcase 3. They say they have a black soft tech wristwatch, 2 singlets, sealed hems perfume, trinket, Pockham perfume, Frederick Pockham wristwatch, Diesel wristwatch, Alexander Christie collection wristwatch, club wristwatch, 10 items altogether. 4th suitcase, they say they have 1 bank MasterCard, copy of documents, copy of IPOB company cards, documents tagged IPOB, 1 white clipper, 1 bottle of medicine, Oman perfume, 2 mini scented oil, 1 empty black purse, Nigerian passport bearing the name Okwu Kanu. Okwu Kanu nwanne ka also Okwu Kanu nwanne na-akarị ibe ya Nnamdi Ngozi Chukwu. British passport bearing the name Okwu Kanu nwanne ka ibe ya. Black purse, passport holder, card holder, box of recording wristwatch, 4 bundles of cards. This one here, this is the evidence they saw that made them, this is what they provided that is making them to charge Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for terrorism. The item he was using for his brokers. These are the items Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is using for his broker that he seized when he arrived in Nigeria 2015. And it's not as if they didn't know he was coming. Remember, before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu arrived 2015, he said he is coming. In his broadcast, he announced it. He said, I am coming to Nigeria. And he did come. And they arrested him in Lagos. So this were what they found in his suitcase and his bags that he came. So since that 2015, remember, this case was supposed to go on, but they never provided anything, never did anything. They just kept it until finally yesterday, the case have kicked off and they provided all this is evidence that they want to use to charge somebody for terrorism. Now you can see the drama and how it's going to unfold. You know what to expect. In the next sitting that is going to happen, I think on Friday, I think it's going to be a cross-examination from the Council of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to examine that very person who was providing those information. And mind you, the person that was testifying and providing it is from DSS. It's still somebody from the DSS that is doing that. So you can see how empty their case is and all their shenanigans, how it is. So before we now go deeper and begin to make contributions on the effort, let us make a contribution through this very video I'm about to play. You know, most of the time after things happen, we also play videos from their conventional media and hear what their conventional media had to say, what people are saying there and what they have to contribute. So we can use it and now digest it and also take out those ones we will take out and also strengthen the ones we're going to strengthen. So let us hear this very report from one of their media, I think VOP or so.
Today, Nnamdi Kanu was presented in court, and there were testimonies against him being presented by the DSS. Now, the DSS was able to bring out all the items they seized from Nnamdi Kanu way back in 2015. Now, we were surprised because basically he's been held in DSS.
Those were those items I just mentioned now. Item they seized is 2015. They were this item I just called out now. That was the item they presented yesterday in the court.
DSS custody since 2021, since it was extraordinarily renditioned. We thought they would display contents that were brought in by him when they got him in Kenya. But they displayed all the contents, the hotel where they caught him, and everything that they were able to take away from him. And one of the witnesses actually disclosed, that is one of the DSS witnesses, disclosed that Nnamdi Kanu was operating secretly with some certain persons with IPOB as an institution. How do you think, and they were able to play out some of the audios on the live broadcast that he actually...
I think does not matter.
Okay.
What matters is what is the reality and what is the main issue on the table. Nnamdi Kanu was arrested in 2015, and between 2015 and 2017, no evidence was brought before him he was not released. He was just kept in detention until 2017, when he now was brought to court. When he now was giving his bail, and while enjoying his bail, soldiers went to his house. And in the process, so many people were killed. He himself was almost killed. He escaped by the whiskers, and he ran away into exile. In 2021, he was illegally abducted by the agent, good to the ears of Nigerians because of our hero-worshipping tendencies in the country. And that was why the insult to Mr. President was turned around to become treasonable. Whereas all over the world, an insult to a president does not amount to a treasonable offense. Rather, it amounts to an offense in law of thought, which is you can as well take into court on issues bordering about on your damage to your personality. If you feel your personality was damaged, then you can go to court and seek redress, and not to turn around to say he committed treason because he insulted Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari. To the extent that when he said that there were two Buharis operating in Asoro, that one was Jubril from Sudan, it gained a lot of traction around the world. But up to today, the presidency could not completely exonerate themselves from such statements. We don't want to go back to all those era, because in the era of the Buhari not being around in the country, always going for medical treatment without the federal government officially addressing Nigerian people with what was ailing their president, it left a lot of room for conspiracy theories. If Nnamdi Kanu capitalized on the conspiracy theory and said there was a Jubril from Sudan operating in Asoro, it was the duty of government to tell Nigerians where their president was, and if there was no other Jubril in Asoro. So if those things that he did was what incensed the government and they felt he has talked too much, that he has talked beyond his age. So they say that he has talked beyond his capacity. A small boy born in 1973, why is he saying all these things? Those were mere sentimentalities and acting on emotions. They did not matter in issues and the crux of the matter in law.
How would you react to this?
We had in the news today that the court had approved that the identity of Nnamdi Kanu's witnesses that would testify against Nnamdi Kanu should be masked, in which case they will not operate and testify openly. That's the travesty of justice. We're talking about we're talking about judges of treason, which carries a death sentence if found guilty. Those of treason are very terrible charges that if found guilty, the person will be sentenced to life imprisonment or to be or death sentence. So why would you now Nnamdi Kanu gets justice in the court of law? And again, if eventually the testimonies are only coming from DSS, then the court would not treat such testimonies with the kind of weight they should be ascribed to, because Nnamdi Kanu broadcasts to the world, and he has a definite channel of broadcasting. And of course, we should take this matter with the way it should be taken, which is ensure that there is not just justice, but the justice must be seen to be manifestly discharged, such that Nnamdi Kanu should not be suffering from persecution. From the way it is going, with the arrest and the detention without trial that has gone on for many, many years. And
May 20. So what happened today as well was the fact that the DSS had asked Nnamdi Kanu if he had associates, and he said no, he worked alone. He personally handled all Radio Biafra broadcast. He also talked about the fact that all his videos are in the public, on Facebook specifically. Most of his broadcasts, according to him, he said, were done via Facebook. And he said he did not collaborate because they asked him questions about if he had international collaborators. He says no, there were no international collaborators or individuals running the affairs of the movement's communication channels. But the presiding judge order that the video recording of Kanu's interrogation session with the DSS be played in open court as part of the ongoing trial. What do you think they wanted to achieve with that? For the whatever conversation he had with the DSS to be played with the open court. What do you think wanted to be achieved with that? Because we were able to get some of Nnamdi Kanu's broadcast. You know, this thing is a video. He did some videos, he did some audio. All of that is on Facebook and it's on YouTube. And some of the statements he made, a couple of Nigerians feel that they could be very well implicating. So with that and the interrogation at the DSS, do you think this could complicate his matter worse?
Of the judicial process that is ongoing. So I don't think there's anything wrong about it, but then everything will be wrong if they play the wrong video.
Well, a couple of persons believe that. Okay, for example, during the World News at 12 today, we played some excerpts of some of the statements Nnamdi Kanu made, all right, in his live broadcast. We played it out there. But the thing is this, Barrister Fred Nzako, we've seen a Bello Turuji make utterances. We've seen a couple of persons who are still working freely make utterances that are divisive and that could be considered ethnically terrible in terms of frailing the connectivity of Nigeria's complex and unique nature. So do you think such vehemence can also be applied to others who have made such statements via public forums? The only thing is that they use their indigenous language to broadcast some of these things.
It is very uncharitable to compare somebody like Nnamdi Kanu with a fellow like Bello. And he has his roots in law, both domestic and international laws. And that was why the courts usually find reasons to say he should be set free. So I am not interested in how government handles some other people or some other terrorists. People of right thinking faculty and people of right minds should be worried about how Nnamdi Kanu is handled. He should be given fair handling the way a freedom fighter all over the world is respected and handled. And then if they decide, oh, he has to go through the court, they must be fair and honest with his trial. And I tell you that if they are honest with his trial, everything he says that he is sure he said, he does not deny. He even repeats that. So there's no need trying to impute anything into his own statement or trying to put words into his mouth. His words are constant and they are firm. Like he wants his people liberated from Nigeria. He is not missing words.
Okay.
And so many other people who also feel that Nigeria is not giving them what they are asking for also have.
By declaring Binani, you know, when elections, the results have not yet been completely compiled, specifically coming from all the wards.
I think we got to stop it there. You have heard the conversation that is going on the conventional media in Nigeria, and to an extent, you have already heard what they have to say and what they have said. The man made some points there, some important points, and the lady also asked some questions that needs attention. And one of the things I picked up on that very day, they brought evidence, 2015, everything they took from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Hotel. And I'm asking, I hope they brought the video of the torture of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya. How they kidnapped him, tied him on the ground for 8 good days, torture without food. How they covered his face and extraordinarily reduced him to Nigeria. I hope they brought that too. I hope they brought that too. And the man also, when he was talking, made mention of what transpired in that 2015, the charges against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the other speeches of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when he was telling Nigeria about Jubilee. That message of late Muhammad Buhari, some people are still doubting it, but I ask you one question. Every one of us that is in this very platform, we know Muhammad Buhari. Muhammad Buhari, we know, is a fundamentalist. When Muhammad Buhari came to power, he said that the women belong to the kitchen. This is a man who is a fundamentalist, and we know how they keep their wives. How can you explain that even after Muhammad Buhari have left Asorok, Aisha Buhari is living in Dubai? Aisha Buhari and her children have been living in Dubai and left that imposter in Daura, moving from Daura to Maradi every day. moving from Daura to Maradi every day, and
Uncle Chu,
living in Dubai.
Uncle Chu.
Yeah.
Mana Buhari no one also. If you get a news.
Recently.
As in this current Buhari.
I never see a book.
Okay. This current one.
You mean
one also last year. So nobody knows.
Are you sure?
Which one? Yeah, am I sure? I will find the name and send to you. So they have to renovate. You know, he left for Daura. They have to renovate. Is it not last 2 months that he came back to his house in Kaduna? After the renovation, before all these ones that are trooping there going to have they giving us voice what Buhari said when they visit him as they are gathering now. The
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made that accusation. Some people were taking it for a joke. They thought he was just making it. But up to today, there has not been an answer to that very question. There has not been an answer to it. And when you look at all the things that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was pointing out up to this moment, you can still see that that very man that is there is an imposter. He's an imposter. They continue to play that drama and play that game, and they will play it for as long as they live. They continue to play it. How old is Buhari? You can imagine look at Tinubu. How old is Tinubu? Tinubu and Buhari, who is older? And today, Tinubu is the president. Let's see when they go and rebuild him, and he now become a young man again. It is very sad. But this is what we saw. So, going forward, you saw what the man said and his comment he made. So, I would like everyone to make his or her own comment within 2 minutes, and let's digest that very video that I just played, or any other contribution regarding on this aftermath of the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I'll go to my brother Greg. Greg, take the mic. Let's hear from you.
Yes, Mazi. You know, for me, in the first place, I will start with all this evidence now that they provided for in the moment that we have seen and heard that have nothing to do with terrorists, that cannot in any way harm or do anything against human being. All those evidences as an exhibit they have shown to the court, and the things they recover from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And all the charges they have and gather against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in 2015 that made them to keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for more than how long? And when he was released on bail, they go to his house to assassinate him and kill how many people? And since then, they have been killing. All these things they have been doing, all these things worth human life? That is the question people should be asking the Nigerian government. All this laptop, speaker, microphone, hand watch, belt, perfume, all those things, are they worth using to kill a human being? How many people did Buhari kill since that 2015 before he left office because of this evil they were doing against Nnamdi Kanu and Biafra? Then the question again is, they were charging him that he was operating on Radio Biafra, that he imported Radio Biafra. Is there any law in Nigeria that bound somebody to import or open a radio at that particular time? There was no law. There was no custom that stopped you from importing radio equipments in Nigeria. So what are they charging Nnamdi Kanu that warrant the killings of the people? That is the question I'm asking the Nigerian government and the evil politicians, starting from the the what do you call him? The who was the president of Ohanese at a particular time, and all the Eastern governors and senators, they did not ask Buhari question. Did all these things warrant human life? That they kill people? And what is the offense of Nnamdi Kanu? Did these things warrant to the level of charging him terrorism, charging him treason, charging him this and charging him that? All those charges now, there is nowhere they can prove anything against Nnamdi Kanu. No single thing. And now look at the lives they have wasted. How many have died? Look at the situation. How many have died? And even when arrested Nnamdi Kanu with all those charges, when they gave him bail, he still gave them opportunity. The Eastern governors and the Nigerian government. It's okay. You want restructuring? Go and get me the restructuring. Get me River Niger drilled. Get me seaport working. Get me international airport. He still give them benefit of doubt and another opportunity for them to do things right. Instead for them to go and do those things right, they started killing. That is to show you the kind of wickedness that country are operating. And some people are still standing against Nnamdi Kanu, and still people were still calling him names before he survived and appear in what do you call it in Israel. That will show you the level of hate they have for Igbo people, the level of hate they have for Biafrans, the level of wickedness they call so-called country Nigeria, the so-called evil country, because they cannot think on their own. The Macron have said they are not qualified enough. The Africans are not qualified enough to think on their own. That is why he cannot leave Africa. That is why he cannot leave Burkina Faso. But the present Burkina Faso man is proving if the criminal wrong, telling him that he is not Tinubu, neither can he be Buhari, neither can he be Obi, or can he be Uzodimma. So the so Ibrahim Aura is proving the so-called evil Macron that he is not Nigeria. And that is what makes Nnamdi Kanu difference. Look at how they are going to fool themselves before the whole world, charging somebody that have not committed anything. And on that charges, they have killed more than 500, if not 500,000 people, only because of to suppress Nnamdi Kanu and the Biafra, which is impossible. Today, I think the Western world should ask questions on the person they are backing and the people they are backing, the country they want to force us into, which can no more continue. Thank you. Let me give other people a chance.
Thank you so much, my brother. You've spoken well. Appreciate you for that contribution. Let's hear from you, Akonyo with it.
Yeah, so thank you. From that, what the man said, the thing that the Nigerian government that they are doing to us is they have capitalized on our ignorance and our disunity to be perpetuating whatever they are doing to us. Because just recently, let me not go far, when our PM was around, that all the wolves in sheep's clothing do not have their face. You can see that the voices of Nigerians, we are aligning. Even the people that first hate us, that the people that hate us, that their hatred on us was all over the place. Their voices were coming down. There was a form of alignment in the pursuit of Nnamdi Kanu release. Nobody was speaking for Nnamdi to be tried. They were all telling Tinubu to release Nnamdi. They were even saying that since you release the Igboho, you release Sowore, that release the man, so that there will be the tension in the southeast will be calmed down. So, but when after their calculation and whatever, and they succeeded in hounding our PM down. Those hatred started popping up again. Even the one you are talking, you remember the almighty Darlington. They are in their monitor this thing today, in their POP, in their TV station. One man from Benin was saying, sit at home. The way Nnamdi fought is fighting for freedom. They sit at home. Or how will you be fighting for the freedom of your people and you are letting them to sit at home, crumbling the economy, flight, the almighty Darlington told the man, he objected to the man that is a lie, that he do use the airport. The other one, Isiako Ibubu, was in Moses, I've been waiting. Chukuma, because that one from Abia State, but Nenugu Kamunya is a lawyer. Nenugu Kamunya, or the Kachemba Munyano. So, on a believe. So, they all objected. But the thing is that they can serious disunity. I won't lie to you. Disunity in Nigeria, Lam war, every disunity in Alibono. And now I have been Nigeria use against us. You see the one from my side, the question is insulting obvious the question. Even though the woman is a failure on herself, because they were the one that made sure Jonathan was ousted from office. But upon all that tribe, that stupid man from my state will not, in considering of pedigree, age, what someone have attained, he will not insult or be in the presence of people, and as well even carry this on. But Igbo, the onye ọbụla bụ ọkwụrụ ọkarịsịa. That's what they are fighting. So that is it. You are talking of the injustice on Nnamdi. Do you know there was a de la platform, and then say onye ọbụla gee ya. Do you know na the SSS did a British man Yana Olu of Warri na ha nwere stockpile of arms la Delta State. Then Olu of Warri and the governor allay pressure SSS ke release ya. No mainstream media buria. I had it from Precious Enyi, and because of that I called Precious Enyi that day. If you listen to that, if anybody listens to that clip he sends in a platform, I called her and people called, and the other revelation in Ebama that or even Ebama come man buale offer. So maybe you can listen to it. But the guy said it with everything. Though I had it before, but I met him as a work also.
Well, I heard a rumor the thing when they were saying it as a rumor.
So my brother, yeah, being as in physical mass, I could see with the people that are speaking for this struggle, because Igbo are disunited already. If they did not carry, if to say they did not, people that are coming to fight for this freedom, did not carry the disunity in Igbo, nobody should come and tell me that we are not disunited. Anambra man does not believe in me from Ebonyi State. They call me Fulani. They say we are illiterate. Ebonyi man will be angry, because if they say they extended, just as what they are doing today in Igbo land, during the time that Anambra was governing Enugu was governing Ebonyi State, before they created they separated Enugu from Anambra and separated Ebonyi from Anambra. Had it been that the leaders then do the needful, they will ensure that Ebonyi people will go to school. But they were using us for tax. My grandfather told me, my own dad told me, they were collecting the tax, all forwarding it to Anambra. But today they will turn and say that we are We did not go to school. We are planning. If a man does not believe, apart from all this rubbish, show of shame, all this while hang with ego, money na water. Could you hear me? Poverty the cardinal Imo State. Could you hear me? Poverty the cardinal Anambra State. But money na water, little thing they will bloat it. So I haven't underneath the left of Biafra matter. Study this thing. How does any man Biafra? Let us just disappoint the discrimination, because only Biafra be able to save our people. And when all the people speaking, realize all these things, easier said than done, full of war, full of violence without action. That is it. I don't even take them serious. That is what they like. They've gone to school. They know how to speak. Like the other man that we treated his own rubbish the other day. I say he went to study in the US. That is speak good English, dish out how we're supposed to be. But the reality is telling otherwise. They are busy rehabilitating Boko Haram. Burundi have rehabilitated 300,000 Boko Haram between last year and this year. Let's not talk about that. They arrest those ones, they will rehabilitate them. The ones they arrested in Lagos and they arrested and managed to put into jail prison. There was a prison break. They did not recover those ones. The ones they put in Imo State prison, there was a prison break there. No story again. They said they are on it. They will recapture them all. Have we had them recaptured? The other one, I said, I got to make sure in Imo State, they mark the hell where the guys did the and gather time. You know, so of course, now before December, I got to make sure in Imo State, where is him today? I want him to be good. But in the southwest, I'm at a coup, they intercept Boko Haram every day. As I'm speaking to you, after 3 days ago, half na truck ni na batala behana. Ndị ka ha mere ha jidere na Lagos State last week. Ọ na ọdọ truck, ebe ndị truck la nọ. Ndị ka ha jidere no Osun State and Ibadan 3 days ago. Ọ na truck. But ndị be anyị, Soludo, how many vigilante co-create guru? The only state is different by Bonn State, you see. I didn't make well and later on because the system in the buying where can buy today. And we can buy some organizing. I did better, though politics are no so walade, but to degenerate to break the Lanambra and other states in Alibo. They cannot come together. And when you talk about them, people will say that you are sabo. But the king of France, Norola, a bubble in a late, people in a late for 4 months now, late here. They won't get any change. And people are still following you guys. Currently, people are for 4 good months, getting to 5 months now, or 6 months. Have there been any change, anything man they see? Adroge, is no nya cost for ya. Adronya nka, or sinonya, cost for ya. The same way DOS did. Because of Simon, we cannot do this. I say because of the DOS. Adronya nka, Simon today. I mean, Nigerians can do anything they like. They do anything with impunity. These guys, no, I have for Juapa. Blair Alessoti in his own foolishness and his own wisdom. Benjamin Carlo, they're gonna have an appeal or city, and our people will not see it, and it will happen come 2027 if we did not join them. I got an appeal or city. Benjamin Abata.
You won't go join them now.
That is it. There's nothing more there. My parting shot, because I'll be leaving, is that my own plea, I've been saying it. You are doing a wonderful job. You are doing a very wonderful job. What we need in this struggle, that is what we are doing. That is nobody won't your government. This our brother now, Adin, is doing a wonderful job. This is what we need. So our DPM, Agolamia, Yamoropa, Coadupare Dilla, or Bruneka, they make me, or Sino May Rolam, onye si nọ nke mere onye ọzọ ka a ga-eje mmụta ihe. No, in reality, ihe mepụrụ onye ọzọ and nke mere gị ka ị ga-eje mmụta ihe. She should not listen to any rubbish person ga-abịa. Ya makwara nke ọ ga-eme because ọ kwa onye dị ndụ nwere olileanya. Onye nwụọ na this struggle now, if not her, the struggle has died. Just as it happened during the time Mazi Nnamdi. He died for a while before Simon resuscitated it and revived it. Now they lay her hand on Simon. He died. We should tell ourselves the truth. If not Ngozi, he was to die. The struggle was to die. If not Dr. Ngozi, the struggle was to die. Because all this group of individuals, they said they should not declare Biafra. From them, we heard that he said that no, we must declare it. Even if she did not tell me that first day, inland Simon, she was in her pool of tears. She was crying. She tried to speak. She came out with the hanky. She tried to speak, tears will roll. She tried to speak, tears will roll. All these buffoons, they were telling us that Simon went on national assignment. That when he's back, they everywhere will shake. She countered them. When enemy needs memo with Imam Madabu that they want to elect 8 p.m., she countered it. She's even the one that put the struggle on life support. So as she put it on life support, you know when you are treating someone that has gone into coma. Because so ya were kwa nwa la but ozi ọma ga-agara media niile now. Mana enwe mgbasi kwuru na sị na preach go. The preach na-enyere ọ dịghị enough because he watch ya disciples Nnamdi. Ifu na Simon bịara mbọsị a bụ onye bụrụ the ardent disciple of Nnamdi because he was the one, that video you played yesterday, he was the one that did everything Nnamdi Kuru, that if you take me, people that are worse than me that will come. Or DOS in Nebuman on a skate. All of Simon going in Nigeria worse. But how about on now? Rewan but on the Romania, everyone couldn't drop even now, they know a full month to do. Everything is in stage. Time Gabiaqua, almost couldn't drop if you don't give people. Mandegam or Mandegardin to by then. How they make up a full month about Simon. But our DPM, you can now yogi, able wine, and in your own. I'm nobody jam me today. I pass no money last year. My meeting of France, ask for no money last year. In before God, we are all man. But when they could have made a mad lab on Mota, Manati, you work, even inside this USB, most kind of one. How sure. Waiting for the better time to strike. Better be very careful. You know, I said one thing one day earlier at the early stage that anybody I may appoint. See profile. I'm gonna appoint in private independent investigation. Only record another say with the because of one I want to gather time. Monday last to come. Monday ogu bipolar disorder. Ojo kodema oya me haja moya wahala moya today. Ya me haja dem me haja mende mad okay. This are about obese. Adema no so lia. Stand and graduate ya bikonu. Bina from na US kono. Side the battle obese. I know they share again. Other dog will comment. Or fall to go back yama. So that is it my brother. So you see me I'm going Nigeria now hell. Only one Nigeria. I see a hellfire. Oh, joy, so things are hard. That now I'm gonna give you now all 1 5 and do it. So that is why I do come and go. But anytime you want that I will come and speak my mind.
Thank you,
people know that we need Biafra. I prefer one in the did not even what he said. Malazu. They stand the chance to gain whatever even Dr. Ngozi now from all indication. She's well seated in US. She has everything. She's a citizen. She has given birth to all her children there. But all of them deny themselves all those privileges and turn to speak for us. But fools that have nothing, failures, compound failures, are broadening their voice aloud. Nature has made it like that. Empty barrel makes the loudest noise.
Definitely.
People with content, they hardly make noise. So, I beg, put away every check that will undo all this trouble. But Igbo, onye Enugu, onye Anambra, onye Ebonyi, onye Imo State. Unu ekwekwala ka history repeat itself. You'll be doing well everywhere, buying land. Israelites, they did it. The Jew, they did it. When the time reached, they suffered for it. Remember that we are black. Their color, they are different. You know, Pharaoh said the Jews, they left. The so-called Jews of the Bible left black and came back as white. Remember, we are black. Being on the US, the West, they hate you. They hate you because we are advantaged everywhere. Color of our skin give us advantage. Where God has to put us, Africa, we have advantage. They do not like you. Many things. As the Pharaoh that know not Joseph came and punished Israelites, all these leaders from our West gathered today, they will not live forever. A time will come, the leaders of the West that know not Joseph will come. They will chase all of you away. They will chase all of you away. Then here that you are supporting idiots to be spoiling, you will see a way to come. Second slavery will come. You might not be alive then. They will be throwing your children inside jail for nothing they committed. If you have all these things at the back end of your mind, if you are putting your all, you will know that putting your all in the struggle is not all about money. But setting the record straight is even the most needed item in the struggle. Speak the truth. Don't covet. Don't be jealous. Don't be envious. If you are disadvantaged that you do not have money, know that you come into the struggle just as I came into the struggle without money. For a purpose, you can devote your time. Make research. Present it. Forward it to the people that need it for them to use it and work. If you see where they want to lynch your brother, tell your brother on time. Don't sit and say, okay, let that idiot go away so that I will replace him. Please and please, that's my own begging to all the people that are living in the Western world. It must surely come to pass. When Nnamdi was telling Nigerians, Fulani will kill you. He told to go on. They got no phone now. Africa say bundi bonu. Ndalebu now. This is a deal. Ndalebu now. We that happy for getting information. Yemakalebu go almost 52 laboratory yesterday. It's up a claim we fear. A Fugiala news. We have all those intel. Please, they never believed him. Today is happening. It will happen to us if we do not sit up now and do the right thing. Mana lego. And we can budget the ego. And we can humble. Ekpa after now, joy maka ego. After now, money is not everything. Because he's in pain now. Forget he no na parade on we. Ega ela atwa jere munai. Onwe go geru. Ega ga azụ anyị. Master ni na na arụ biggest birthday ni na ile eme. Onwe mgbe ọ ga-eru, ega afọ ala ka ime birthday. Biko na ayo.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you for your contribution. You have spoken well. Thank you. And may Chukwu Abiyama continue to guide and protect you wherever you are. So we are going to our beloved sister, Ojugo. Take the mic and give us your words. Let's hear from you, our beloved sister.
Okay. Ikotonye and all my brothers. Thank you so well. My greeting goes especially to Ikotonye for being on the ground and spending. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah. For spending, all this
that are not minding how hard it is over there.
It's not easy.
So it's not easy. These are people that have Biafra in their heart.
Exactly.
People that think about Biafra when they're eating, when they're sleeping. People that that believe in ideology of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. These are the genuine people. So and my thanks also goes to Mr. Chooks. You've been standing gidibam in all hurricane, thunderstorm, earthquake. You are no go 247. It's not easy at all. You imagine where earthquake is happening, and you're able to save yourself. So you need to pat yourself at the back and tell yourself we're done.
Adio.
And every other Biafra that has been standing gidibam. Myself, like I listened to Nnamdi Kanu, but not really dedicated. Like it was kind of a passing by, but I came in fully during Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. With all those we do know about them and accountability them, sometimes it's a wow. Wow.
We've come a long way.
We've gone a long way, my dear. We've gone a long way. But we thank God that spirit called Biafra never depart from those who believe in sincerity of heart.
Yes.
For every storm will bring us somebody that will rescue his people. From any earthquake, there is somebody there to save life, to save his people. That love and appreciate his people. I think I'll use this as my closing remark. Because I'm heading to work and almost there.
Okay.
And my closing remark will be, if you love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if you love Simon Ekpa Njako, and believe in their ideology, because the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa believed in the ideology of Nnamdi Kanu. That is why he preached what Nnamdi Kanu preached and stood and stand his ground. So now, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze is calling on everybody. Everybody, doesn't matter whether you're DOS, you do NOBA, whatever the accountability. Because sometimes people, like Peter, he fell at the point that Jesus needed him most.
Yes.
But he didn't go commit suicide. He came back. And not just come back to destroy, but he came back with the full force to even sacrifice his life. Because from what we learned in the life of Peter, he was turned upside down.
Yes.
Because he doesn't want to be hanged like his master. He came with the sincerity of heart. So, that being said, come back. Come for this ceremony that is going to happen. We didn't say come back to start position or start running for position. No. Afioma na-ere onwe ya.
Sure.
Your handwork will sell itself. You do what you can do where you can do it and allow the rest. There are so many positions. And Dr. Ngozo Rebeza has said it, so many positions that need people to work on. But don't force yourself, because where you're forcing yourself might not be where you will fit in and do a good job. Because in psychology, there is one they say, I you know and I you do not know. Maybe you're thinking you'll be good at this, but it might not be where you are good at. And you might be better in something different. There's no need struggling for position here. The best thing is to come, let go, come back. Because all the things you see, even the DOS, especially truly, they were not aware of what they are in for. They were not. I'm just going to tell you that they were not aware of what they are in for. That's really what happened to them. They were there to grab and go. They did not understand Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at all. And that's why a little wave, their own is not even storm, it's wind, boom, blew them out. Blew them away. They're gone. You know, they thought it was a way to grab this, get that, you know. But at the end of it all, because they did not understand what they were doing, they fell out. You know. So my people, please, if you love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, love Simon Ekpa, Dr. Ngozi Arabeze said, come, May 30th. If you can travel, please be there. If you cannot, be there in spirit. Support as much as you can.
Yes.
There are different ways one can identify his or herself. And he's saying, come, let's fix it. We're all calling Biafra. We all love Biafra. We all said, well, the way we are being treated is unfair. We need our total freedom from the British. Nobody want to be a slavery. Nobody. Freedom is so sweet. I'm enjoying it in America here. It's so super sweet. Please, let's have it in our homeland. Bikono. I need those things. Tinye ọkụ na iku ọkụ sọrọ ndị agha were ọka na ube wusa everywhere na-ata ya.
Yes, so
you know, your home is your home. Your home is your home. Speak a language that you both understand. Culture that you both understand. Understand each other. There's nothing like home. Nothing. So please, my brethren, let's support May 30th in one way or the other. Let's come, pray away everything. Because what I saw, or what I noticed with this back and forth issue, it's not about Biafra. It's just personal hatred and personal jealousy and individual things. Throw them aside. The focus should be on Biafra, not anybody. Biafra. If you can focus on that, trust me, you will not go astray. But it's when you start looking at, oh, what is the qualification of this person? Oh, what is he wearing? Is he painting his hair because he's a professor? That's why you start having problem. Then you are living what you believe in, going for what does not really matter. So please, May 30th, if you listen to that announcement, my brother Jukes, I've not heard it from another language, and that's my request. Please, we need another language of that announcement, so that every other person, even if not in but at least in broken language, because even my mom that didn't go to school understands broken. You know, we need that as soon as possible so that it will go down to the grassroots. Please, come all, come all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my sister. I appreciate you so much. You have spoken well, and your requests have been noted. I believe Dr. Agi was here initially at the beginning and she left, but I'll still have to reach out to her on that request. The Secretary of Information, I'm going to pass that information to her so that it's going to be done as soon as possible. I think it's very important we have it in order, the advert in other languages. That's why most of the time we also urge our people, other Biafran tribes. Biafra, we have different dialects in Biafra. Wherever you are, don't leave it. That is why sometimes people think this is just an Igbo affair. It's not. Biafra is not Igbo affair. It is something that concerns everybody in the old Southeastern region. Whether you are Ibanke, you are there from Ijo, you are Ishekiri, you are Urobo, you are from Igede, whichever area you are from, come forward and join. Don't just be silent and be watching. In this platform, I would encourage them to come out and speak. Speak your language to your people in the language they will understand. Most of them are not showing up. That is why people look at it as if it's just a Biafran thing. Majority of people who are coming up and acting and doing things are from Igbo region. And when they begin to act, some people will see it as if they are intimidating them or they are taking over or dominating. But the road is open for everybody. It's a playing ground for everyone to play. Equal stakeholders, that is what we are. But why are some people not participating and they're stepping back? Very important. Step up. If you want to join the media, you can reach out to me. Join the media where you can speak your own dialect. Reach out to me. I will direct you to the Secretary of Information and you'll be told what to do. It is very important. Very, very important. Every one of you have to be focused. Do not get distracted and not get deceived. Let us hear from our beloved brother that just joined us today as we have just rounded up.
Brother, please, there's something I want to suggest. Since we have 40 states in Biafra land, why not those languages, the governors, bring out somebody, with this advert, have somebody interpret it in that language, record it, and then send it to Marvelous. They know how to put it in. It doesn't have to be the whole advert, but summarize it so that the advert is not too long.
Okay.
If they can't get somebody, that would be better to record it, and then send it to Marvelous. And I use this opportunity to say, Marvelous, I love you so much. You are a wonderful boy.
Thank you.
Congratulations. He's doing a good job.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. Thank you so much. Thank you, my beloved sister. We've had, and I believe most of the people that are mentioned, they are hearing and they are in the program, they are listening, and something will be done by the grace of Chukwu. Thank you so much, my beloved sister. Let's hear from Mazi Obed. Mazi Obed, let's hear from you. Unmute yourself, Mazi Obed. Let's hear from you, Mazi Obed, if you're there. Mazi Obed, unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, Mazi Obed.
Yes. Yeah, my brother. Good evening. Good afternoon from here.
You're welcome, my brother.
All right. Actually, thank you so much for the great and wonderful work that you have been doing for our nation, Biafra. I hope our people will realize this great work we are doing and learn to appreciate the good things in this life. May Okika Abiyama continually to strengthen and guide you in the mighty name of Yeshua.
You say.
I thank all our speakers, people that have contributed. Truly, they've said it all. I think they've already said my mind as well. But still, yet there's no how we will not say have something to say.
Yes.
What I just want to chip in is that truly, I'm totally disappointed with our people, Igbo people. I don't know. We say both me and every other person is involved in holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu hostage today. Both I and every Igbo people. We are the one holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because if we make move, Nigeria will have left him by now. Because Nigeria is a country of no law. Then who should be keeping the law? Am I the one that should be keeping the law? I swear before God and man, I've never called anybody president since I'm in that country. I never opened my mouth and called anybody president. Not to talk of Tinubu that I never elect. Not to talk of Buhari. All these people, none of them have one day opened my mouth and called president. Not to say my president, oh God forbid. I'm just saying to call them president, that title. They don't deserve it because it's not theirs. So anybody who is not keeping the law, then should I be the one that will be keeping the law? My brother, our people are sleeping, and it's giving me a serious heartbreaking, seeing that Igbo people will come low to this extent. To Nigeria, who can never stand them. Igbo people, they wake up even they wake up from sleep, they will win Nigeria any time. Why are we doing this to ourselves? Why are we leaving Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be languishing in that place, in the hands of hyenas? We are not getting it right. We are absolutely getting it wrong. Okay, because it's not your brother, it's not your sister, and that is why it's not concerning you. People are just making money with his situation. People are now making money with his situation. Everybody that is making money with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu predicament, may Almighty God punish that person in the mighty name of Yeshua. God will always locate and destroy them and punish them. May Amadioha will destroy them and their family and generation. Anybody making living through Mazi Nnamdi Kanu predicament, oh, may Almighty God destroy them and their family. May that money they give to them become their worst nightmare in their generation. And so shall it be in the mighty name of Yeshua. Because this thing is giving me so much concern. I'm having heartbreaking here. This is very bad. Why are our people looking at this man languishing? Why Nigeria cannot hold him? Nigeria don't have any right to hold him, because we accept. That is why the Nigerians are playing with us like this. Because we accept, we have given up, and that is why they feel they can play their card anyhow they want it. One knock when it will be okay. If all of us come out now and say make them release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I swear if Nigeria no release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you know that I'm lying.
Sure they will.
All of us come out now to God who made me, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Patacha. But I never look at it now. Many of us have engaged into marriage this year now, last year, eating, doing all sorts of things. But this man is there languishing. He don't know, he has never seen his wife, he has never seen his children, he have never, oh my God. How many should we count and left others? This is very bad. This is very bad.
Nnamdi Kanu does not have a wife, please. Sorry about that.
Yes, yeah. But I just use it as an example, okay? We know that he has ex before. Yeah, we do. I know I'm saying. He has ex before, but now he no longer has. But I'm saying, all of us now, we are outside now. We can meet with our wife. We can meet with our children. We can, at least we'll have very good life. Is there any good life he's living there? For how many years? It's not for his own intention. He's doing this thing because for me, for you, for any other person. But today, we now bullshit it as if it's his case. He's fighting for his case. Look at it. Many of us now, are going to Ukraine, Russia, yes, to go and join them and support them. You are going there to go and join people who you don't know. Somebody who has never paid. If they ask them, they'll say because of situation, bad condition. That's why they are going. That your bad condition will be worse in the mighty name of Yeshua. Because you left your own, you left. My guy. How can somebody leave his problem and be sorting other people's problem? Many of our Igbo people now are in Ukraine and in Russia, fighting for people they don't know. But this man has sacrificed a lot. If they ask them, they will say it's because of bad condition. They forgot that bad condition now we are facing right now. We are facing bad condition now. But a time will come, everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. If hadn't been they use their head, they will see that they will see the reason of not going to that place. They will see that there's no reason for them to go and fight that fight. They're supposed to fight that fight in Biafra land. Fulani are using us, are toying with us, Nigeria are toying with us, and we are dancing to their tune. By now, none of any Eastern governor supposed to be stepping his foot in Igbo land. By now, none of any governor supposed to be stepping and walking free in Igbo land now. Who be that? Why are we fooling ourselves? Still, those governors are now using people that are supposed to be attacking them. And now oh my God. And our people are sheepishly falling cheap to them. Becoming stooge for them to be using to be killing their own brothers again. But who did this to us? Why are we this bad? Truly, Igbo are not this way bad. I believe now there are a lot of Arjuna among us now. And this thing now, if we never do any sample, Okengwere with Sonia Parawa, Makachuku, they will continue to be doing this thing. Kwesigi gosim that sample. Okwa sample maybe okunu flotu ndi Amazonas make last time. Mele kolokoro apalonya hishie pale binye n'aka. Yes. Aye kwesikwa n'ime ndị Igbo ahụ. Ọkwa n'ihe kwesịrị ime ndị anụ nwekwe. Nna ka otu mmadụ ga-esi na-aga n'ụzọ isi ichechi emusi na mama nga ebe m na-aga na. Oh, you got okay now. These people are riding us and we are keeping quiet. How can someone be riding you and you are keeping quiet watching that person? It's not good now. The thing now on attack mother now. On a boom more. I happy these people. By now, we go to a sample of these people. Men now on the ground. Men now, our men supposed to have captured any of these people. Both the governor. Now, it's now that I'm very confirmed that Gentle the Yahweh is not working for Biafra. I'm not confirmed that. Because if truly he's working for Biafra, the last time he spoke, he was appreciating Trump. Why didn't you mention my DPM name? Why didn't he appreciate my DPM? That shows he's not working for us. And again, how come do he has to have meeting with a hopeless Ozodimba, where hopeless Ozodimba is most wanted in our land? Mazi Simon Ekpa give an order to bring his head down. Why is this man now? Why is Yahoo having meeting with him? Something efficient. One thing they don't know is that they don't know the power of that oath they took. They never knew the power of that oath. They thought is after taking the oath, they have the right to do whatever they want. It's not so. Yeah, you have the right to do whatever you want, meaning that that is it. Whatsoever you sow, you will reap. Yeah? This is bad. Our people should try and unite. Our people should try and unite now. Now is very we are just sitting at the gunpowder. We are sitting on top of gunpowder, and we are looking at it as nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. As if you get I don't understand. We are just looking at this, nothing is happening. And these people, they are deploying more and more and more people every day. And the worst of all is that after deploying this thing, look at it. Taraba been away. Taraba now, Emir of Taraba Emir of Taraba, he's an Hausa man. He's a Muslim man. He came out openly yesterday and one Fulani. He said if we see them again, he give them how many hours? He said he give them. He said give them 30 hours. How many hours to vacate their territory? If not, they will hear from him after 30 hours. He's a Muslim like them. Eh? But look at it. The people you
We can't hear you again. We cannot hear you.
You on Eastern. How can you be trusting somebody you never elected? Eh?
I think Obed is getting a call. Call is stopping.
Brashooks, please, I need to correct something here. On this your platform, when people make mention of things that are not accurate, I think it's good that you interrupt the person right away when he talks about Gentle. Gentle is fight for Biafra. He might make mistake, but Gentle, has been living in a bush. He might not have agree with Dr. Ngozi Rabeze. But to say plainly that he's not working for Biafra, that's not right. He might be deviating, but it's not all right to make that conclusion. And when he had an interview with Uzodema, we don't know when. Someone has given them.
Hello.
Right. So let's not run into conclusion immediately. If we know that he having crackers with Dr. Ngozi Rabeze, so let's not enter into that discussion because we don't know what is going on in that defense system right now. But you could also see that he did not mention her name at all, like he used to come out and lay abuses. So that's what I'm saying.
Thank you, my sister. Thank you for that input that you just made. I was waiting for him to round up so that I can be able to speak on that. Thank you for that observation. And I want Biafrans to also pay attention to that. I have told people time and time again that in our platform here, we stand with the United States of Biafra. And whatever information we promote or speak about is what the United States of Biafra is pushing forward. That is why I've always encouraged people to follow the United States of Biafra platform, the ex-handle of our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Rabeze. If there is an information that we need to get, it is from her. And when it comes to defense, I don't discuss defense issues on this platform. I don't talk about it on this platform. And when it comes to that defense issue, the ultimate information comes from the government. And very soon we're going to have the person in charge of those information coming out is going to be announced very soon. So let us not drag ourselves into those line of defense or whatever. What we know is that as far as Biafra land is concerned, everybody that is today standing and speaking about Biafra, we are one people, and the defense of Biafra is one. The Liberation Army of Biafrans are there working for us and making sure that things are okay until they do otherwise. Whatever they have done in the past or whatever they do, they make their mistakes, it is in their own territory and it is in their own cover. We focus on what the government says. Don't get distracted. Sometimes, we get angry. We get angry when they begin to go out of line or do something that is not normal, but we have to focus on what the government is saying. As long as we have not come out to hear a negative report from the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Rabeze, about the Liberation Army, we must continue to support them. We must continue to stand with them and pray for them for their security and safety. That we will continue to do. And that will also help us to avoid division, any form of division, because that is what the enemy is waiting for. They want us to divide ourselves. They want us to speak with different voices, and they will come in. They are trying so hard to do that, and we must not help them. So I appreciate my brother Mazi Obed. I think your voice get interrupted. Maybe you are getting a call on your phone or so. You couldn't be able to conclude on your speech. You are getting a call. But whatever happens, please, I want us to focus on the United States of Biafra. Whatever information that comes from the government is what we promote, because we are standing with the government. So let us try as much as possible to hold ourselves in our anger, so that the enemy will not capitalize on anger. Let us remain consistent and focus on the information coming from the government, and wait. The government leads and we follow. My brother Obed, I think you couldn't be able to conclude. Just use 1 minute and round up. Go ahead and speak to us. Let's hear you.
Okay, sir. Oh, thank you very much, sir. Actually, it was I was having a call.
Yeah, I can hear the call coming.
Okay. So as I was saying before, please, I will just use this opportunity to urge our people. So ikwu is that ama yo ijikwa mmohere na ayo ndị be anyị ndị Igbo isikwa na onye Igbo ka Igbo biko nụrụ n'onu m na ho gịnị unu jidenu ndị otu arị ụmụnne anyị ha n'ọkụ unu jidenu ndị a unu na-eme ha ebere unu akpọ na ndị akpọnye ndị eke unu akpọnye ndị a to their save heaven ndị eke unu akpọnye ha bụ save heaven unu duo ha ụlọ biko n'otu ha si edu ndị ọzọ ụlọ ọkwa na ọgụ ka a na-anụ ihe a ọgụ adị edukwa na ọgụ mma ada fansi ọgụ afansi o ihe ọbụla lụrụ aka ibo mmadụ n'isi otu ọya bụ ọgụ ọkwa ifo na ọgụ a na-ezu ma ori na ọgụ sef ọdụ ọgụ m nwa na-anọ ka m na-akụ oge ka m na ihe gị niile ị ga-eluzu everything so that ị nụcha ada ọgụ doge anụ ọgụ ka ị nụrụ ọ bụghị enwe nweta these people eme ha intercept unu mee ha intercept unu achọba ndị eke ga-akpọrọ ha ga-akpọnye ndị eke then after kpụrụ kpọnyechakwa ha uto ndị eke na unu afụkwa ha release kwa ha the next minute ọkwa Mazi Nnamdi Kanu nọ ebe ahụ now since all this for how many years now mana n'ihu anyị ka ha release 10,000 plus Fulani without judging, without judgment. 10,000 plus, they released them without. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never. Still yet, Indigo for this thing still Hakam Kwadam. Feel no Martin. Is that no Martin? Now, the model in the for this time I was a queer. You in the banner for this time I was a queer. Only that one thing the name joy is that one thing boom nature all this thing boom forget or do come calm down small because na na-eme na ọdụ na ndị ahụ ga na-abịa na-egbu anya na ga-enwekwa biko na ụmụnne ka anyị yali na-eme ana nwute ndị anụnwa ana ga-akpọ na ha na their save heaven biko na ọdụ họnụ mma na ọgụ ka a na-anụ ọgwa ha na-anụ since 1967 ahụ ọgụbeghị ọ ka na-aga n'ihu ruo taa kịta ka ọ bịa ụdụ wọs sef another face ka aba na biko na ka anyị use ụnụ ụfụrụ anyị na ihe niile hate nwanne gị nwoke abụghị the best na ka igbo nwanne gị nwoke taa na gị na onye ga-ebikwa n'echi ọkwa n'ihe aka eji na-eme ọkwa n'ihe anụwa ka eji mbenu eji nọrọ n'aka ndị a today now many people many states now anọgo n'aka ndị a now because of what? Because of tables of Britain nanya ihe a niile all the established all the thing ha all the institution ha established now? Can the Nigeria and the Fulani they use now? Because can't use one of Fulani Pikun. Eh?
Thank you.
My brother, so
thank you so much. Thank you. I think
that is all I just have to tired of all these things. Eh? I don't know how long. I don't know how long our people. This is very shameful. This is very wow.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate you for that contribution that you've just made. And our people have had. Every one of us will have to be focused on the restoration of Biafra, the recognition of Biafra. Do what you have to do to support the liberation of Biafra. Both our liberation army, support them the best way you can. Focus, we are fighting for one cause. It is either Biafra or nothing. Just as my sister said before, some people are putting their personal interests forward. No, it is Biafra first. Our collective interest is Biafra. Whether you agree with me or not, your ideology might be different, your way of approach might be different, but our collective interest is Biafra. Let Biafra unite all of us. When you remember Biafra, you know that you are talking to your brother. When you remember Biafra, you still shield your sword. Let that interest be what is going to hold us. As we have gone out of the zoo, we have to establish a place that is inhabitable for all. So as we are rounding up now, I'm going to be rounding up. But before I round up and give 1 minute to our brother to give his closing remark, let me play this video. I saw a video that caught my attention online. The video caught my attention online. They were speaking in Hausa. But when you see what transpired in that video, you will see the evil of Nigeria. You will see how Nigeria is grooming terrorists from childhood. You see how some children, we are forcing another child to go into the mosque and pray. And they were trying to beat the boy, or they say if the boy doesn't go in, they are going to kill him, they're going to beat him up. And they were exercising their power upon him. These are children displaying their own mind. That is to show you how bad it is. They recruit, this hatred is planted from their children, from childhood. They plant that hatred. And some of you think they will love you. They're not. If you escape, your own children will not escape. If you escape, your children will not escape. I want you to watch this video and see what's transpired. For those who understand Hausa, you're going to hear it. If you don't understand Hausa, just watch from the video. You can get what is happening.
Shekara sana. Shekara sana. Daga na kuka janyo shi. Shi ne kuka kawo shi a bakin masallaci. Ko ya shiga masallaci ya sallaci. Ya shiga masallaci. Ya sunansa? Kai. Ya sunansa? Ebaso. What is your name? Ebaso. What is your name?
You see what transpired in that video? In that video, what transpired was that those children, somebody was there instructing them and teaching them how to convert somebody by force. The boy on the bike is a Christian. He's a Christian child on the bike. And they were forcing him to go into the mosque and pray. And while the man who was videoing, they were asking them what is happening, they said that the guy is an infidel, that the boy is an infidel. He doesn't pray. And they are forcing him to go and pray. They are dragging him to go and pray. They even want to, one of them said that he will beat him up, that they are going to beat him up. Look at the other one with a toy gun in his hand, exercising the terrorism act from childhood. You see how they groom them in the north. That young child with a bike is a Christian. And look at how they are trying to bundle him to go and pray, whether he like it or not. And they say, when the boy man asks him, what is happening? They say the boy is an infidel, he's unbeliever. You can see how they are grooming it. Some of you that think that this problem will start today and it will end tomorrow. The only thing that will end it is dividing the people along tribal lines. People that have the same value system should be in their own country. You have no business being with people who don't have the same value system with you. You are exposing yourself to danger. Your children, your future is what you are mortgaging. And you will never, ever prosper or succeed. I will leave it here. This is to show the world what we are facing in that contraption. When we say Nigeria is sitting in a keg of gunpowder, this is what it is. Look at small children, little children. They are teaching them how to convert a Christian child by force. The small boy with his bike, they want to bundle him into the mosque to go and pray. This is what Nigeria is for those who don't understand. It is sad, but it is what it is. My beloved brother Greg, please give us your closing remark, 1 minute as we round up on the program. We've stayed there a lot of time already. Thank you for your patience. Your closing remark, you can address the video in 1 minute. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, thank you one more time, Mazi Chus. Yes, it's a pity. People don't understand what we are fighting against. You can imagine the little child, as small as the child is. That child has started that child cannot be more than 3 or 4 years. The child has started suffering from intimidation from the Muslim before he or she will grow up. And the little ones have started their terrorism act and forcing their fellow child into mosque for them to go and initiate that child into Islam. So that is to show you the kind of the country we are. So, and that is why we must continue to fight until we achieve our aim. Because many people don't understand what they are fighting for. That is my take every time. They don't understand what freedom is all about. Any person that understands what he's fighting for can never have left or right. He will only have his own focus. He will not even care in the position you ask him. What he wants is, what will I do so that this battle will be achieved? But some people, what they're after today is position. They're after their rank. They're after the money they will make. Some are sabotaging what we are doing. So those who are sabotaging, using those who want position and those who want to make money from meditation, so both of them fall in the same category, because some want Biafra, but they want to be the head, even though when they don't know what they're supposed to do and how they can do it, they still want to be there. And that is why you see people today telling you we're supposed to wait until when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out. So when the Mazi Nnamdi come out, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will go back to Radio Biafra and he will start broadcasting again. He will start broadcasting again. And that is broadcasting is what they will give them in Biafra. And when Simon Ekpa push forward, they start fighting him. Now then they start again, tell you we have to remain at the brigade until when Simon Ekpa come back, because they don't have any idea. They don't have a clue of what they're supposed to do. They are run out of their senses and their knowledge and wisdom. They don't even know what they want to do. And that is why some of them believe Simon Ekpa will have to come out again before anything can happen. So it is a pity. But those that believe that the whole thing that Simon Ekpa put at work, the things he arranged already, let those people continue standing up, coming out to speak, following us, supporting spiritually, physically, financially, morally, anywhere you can do it. You must not be in the government before anything can work. Allow those people that Simon Ekpa have worked with, and they know the direction where Simon Ekpa is going or where he was going before he was taken away. Allow those people to take position. If there is anywhere they call you to help, come out openly and help in that area. I think that is the only way we can succeed. And now, believe you me, we are winning. And Simon Ekpa will win, Nnamdi Kanu will win. There is nothing that's holding Nnamdi Kanu. What is holding Nnamdi Kanu is Biafra. And because Biafra is holding him, he will be coming out with Biafra. There is no doubt about it. So thank you, Mazi Jews and all the Biafrans. May we continue pushing until God will answer our prayer. That is my take today. May God bless you and bless all the Biafrans. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you for that amazing contribution that you just made. Thank you for being with me from the beginning of this program till this time. It's not easy. You have been a pillar in this platform every blessed day, leaving your job, your extra time, and you're spending it here for the Biafran people and for the cause of our prison. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide you, protect you, secure you, prosper you in anything you lay your hand upon. My fellow Biafran that are joining wherever you are joining from, I appreciate every Biafran that has participated on this program today. And I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect every one of us. Everyone that have participated on this program, wherever you are joining us from, I say, no weapon formed or fashioned against you shall prosper. We thank Chukwu Okike Abiama on behalf of our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. We pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will guide and protect her. We thank Chukwu Okike Abiama on behalf of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and we pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will guide and protect him wherever he is. We thank Chukwu Okike Abiama on behalf of our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and we pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will guide and protect him. No weapon formed or fashioned against us shall prosper. No matter what the enemies do, they will never succeed. Thank you so much for being part of this program, and I will see you again next time. Stay blessed. See you tomorrow. Same time, be there.
I want every one of you to remember these three words. Nigerians, we are no more. Southeasterners and Southerners, we cannot become. And Biafrans, we must be.
No fear for our land. We go stand together. Fight for freedom now. No surrender.
This day is more than just an opening. It is a call for peace and reconciliation. Join us at the first ever Biafra Peace Summit, where the past and present voices for Biafra independence come together. No segregation, no division, just one people with one purpose, an occasion to voice our differences, resolve them, and stand stronger as one people. May 30th is also our separate Biafra Heroes Remembrance Day, when we honor the brave souls of men and women who fought and children who fell from the genocidal war of 1967 to 1970, where over 3 million Biafrans lost their lives. The day we honor those unjustly imprisoned and killed before the war, during the war, and presently, simply for being Biafrans. We salute our past and present leaders, from the vision of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu to the resilience of Philip Effiong, the fearless dedication of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the unwavering courage of Simon Ekpa Odogu, who have carried the torch of our struggle. Their sacrifices and leadership lights our paths forward. As we all know, for far too long, we've endured suffering at the hands of our enemies and division from within. This summit is power-packed to heal those wounds, to uproot seeds of discord planted among us, and to unite Biafrans across tribes, regions, religions, and political views. Together, we are unstoppable. Be part of history. Join us on May 30th, 2025 at the United States of Biafra headquarters in Washington, D.C. A day of unity, remembrance, and renewal. Biafra rises as one strong nation, bolder together. Venue, 11726 Connecticut Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. Time, 3 p.m. Biafra time and 10 a.m. Washington time. 30th of May 2025, a united Biafra. Our time is now. This message is proudly sponsored by the Office of the United States of Biafra Deputy Prime Minister, Her Excellency Dr. Ngozi Orabweze, and the Biafra Information, Telecommunication and Postal Service. My name is Marvelous Chukwubikem Arinze.
Face many things, we no fall. Them took Nnamdi Kanu, but we stand tall. Simon Ekpa, them catch we still they strong. We go rise higher, no place for wrong. We no go fall.